Chat. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are. Welcome back to the 0 Point Podcast. It's your boy Clark. We're about to get it on and popping. Oh man, guys, I'm so excited for today. Let's get the stream in here. Chat. Good morning, everybody. How is everyone doing? It is your boy Clark Clint back again, guys. Today, I am so excited. This is a very, very special podcast today. Not only do we have I Talk Fortnite on today, but he's going to be participating in the new Formative podcast that I'm doing called the Solo Spotlight. Just to give you guys a bit of background, for the last few years, I have been a fan of Fortnite. Ever since the game came out, I've been playing since the game, since the first couple of months that the game was out. And some of my earliest memories are logging on to YouTube and checking for daily item shop videos. That wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the content creator that stands before us today. I Talk Fortnite, in my opinion, is one of the legacy Fortnite content creators. He paved a way in which was unique compared to his competitors or other people in the content creation space. And I am very excited to have I Talk on my podcast for the first time. This is going to be amazing. Everyone, throw some fried chicken in the chat for our boy I Talk Fortnite. I Talk, how the heck are you doing today, bro?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm vibing, bro. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have you here today, man.
You give me too much praise, my man. I remember. I don't want to go off on a story already.
Go for it.
I remember when I was just starting out in 2018, around what was it, maybe July 2018, and I used to do a series where I used to call out a whole bunch of clickbaiters and stuff. I don't do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, one of them reached out to me, and he told me I would never make it because I started too late and I should just give up.
Wow.
Now, thinking back at it then, that was less than a year into Fortnite's creation, but I actually kind of believed him back then. I'm like, I know I started late, but now it's it's 2023 now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's if you start now, I feel like it's a little bit late, but
thanks, man.
I
Appreciate it.
I feel no, I'm just saying, I don't know, just do my own thing.
Yeah, you do, and you do. Here's the thing: you do it in a way in which is unique, I would say, to the Fortnite community, and I haven't seen anyone replicate it. And listen, we're going to talk about what you do and how you do it later. But just to start us off, I love that story that you introduced us with, right? But I want to go back in time a little bit. Okay, let's go back in time and unravel this a little bit. I watched quite a few of your videos. I will say, like I said earlier, I have been a fan of your content for quite a while. Real quick, I can remember me and my friends when we used to jump on and play squads every day. I remember waiting for your videos to come out. Even though I'd already be on the game, I'd be waiting for your videos to come out on the item shop just to see, this is just to look and check. Or if I was away from home, I know I would go look at your videos just to check and see what was in the item shop, see if there's anything I wanted for the day. I can guarantee you that you've made epic millions of dollars just from your daily item shop videos alone.
I don't know.
You know. Everybody knows, man. Look, I've even heard you say there are epic employees that come to your channel just to make sure they did everything right. If that's the case, dog, that's powerful. That says a lot to your credibility and to your content. But I don't want to sound like I'm deriding. All right, let's
no,
back.
No, you're not. You just give me all this praise, and I'm like, I can't take this.
We're not even hot, dog. We're just getting warm, all right. So look, I want to ask you. Here's the first thing I want to ask you. I want to talk about your history on YouTube first, because this is not your first YouTube channel. You had a YouTube channel before this, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about what you used to do on YouTube back in the day?
Sure. I'm 28, so I've watched YouTube since its existence, when Smosh was number one, when Fred was number one, when Ray William Johnson was number one. So I watched a ton of YouTube. I'd say at least 8 hours a day I'd be watching YouTube. Still today, I watch around that much YouTube a day. The very first thing I used to do was I used to do a thing called edits. Now, edits aren't super popular anymore in terms of what they used to be. tell me if you've heard of this before. You see like a cartoon on YouTube, like
Oh
Dora
God.
the Explorer or like SpongeBob
Hmm.
or something like that, and the person that posted the video replaced the words with like bad words.
Hmm. Yep.
That's what I used to make. I used to make edits for the show Ed, Ed and Eddie because that was my favorite cartoon growing up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that was like they were horrible. I mean, they were really bad, but that was like what I first started doing was I'm like, it's funny to make them say swear words and
So.
to say something like it was all songs from like Afro Man and like Tenacious D. So anything you can think of, if I could find a
Hmm.
soundbite of a swear word, I was putting that in the video.
Hmm.
And
How
it
are you
was
getting the sound bites back then? Because in those days, like there weren't a lot of, as far as I remember, there weren't a lot of like YouTube to MP3 converters back then.
I used I think I used like a YouTube downloader and I
Oh God,
downloaded the
LimeWire.
videos. No, 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 no. It was like no, LimeWire wouldn't even do that. LimeWire did like music and stuff like that. But I guess you're right, you could have done that, but I didn't even know the sources of
Mm,
these songs and stuff like that. I only knew this. Sorry, that's my phone going off.
you're good.
I only knew it from there was this one channel. Oh man, I think his name was like Klugluslo. He was like the first one to popularize the edit genre,
Hmm.
and I just kind of like I like cropped the parts where the word was played, even though it wouldn't be a perfect crop. And I would just like copy paste that into Window Movie Maker, and that's how I did it, I guess.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, because you and I are about the same age. I remember YouTube from its infancy way back then as well. Did you ever, did you ever make AMVs?
Oh. So funny enough, with the edits that I mentioned, there would be a time where randomly in the video, I would add a random song I was into back then into the video. It wasn't an AMV, it wasn't like highly chopped up and edited and stuff like that. But I would insert like a random song in some of these videos. These videos are lost to time, by the way. I don't think I'll ever be able to find those.
Right.
But I used to watch them. My friend, when I lived in Pennsylvania, he showed me a Naruto music video. It was Enter Sandman by Metallica,
Oh
and
boy.
it was a Gara music video. Again, this was like 50. It's still on YouTube to this day.
Hmm.
It was like 15, 16 years ago. And I just remember being blown away by it. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, that's nuts. And now today's day and age with videos, I mean, I don't know if you know Trash or like Trash Gang or anything like that.
Mm-mm. No, I'm not familiar with them.
Basically they make anime music videos and they're like super highly edited and stuff like that. They actually used to follow me on Twitter. They promote a lot of smaller music artists like Josh A and Jake Hill,
Mhm.
Suicide Boys. Well, they're not small, but they used to be Ghostmane. Ghostmane, I think, blew up on Trash. Actually, believe it or not, he has like 250 million views on on his songs from that channel. So
Oh wow.
yeah, they just do like they do promotions and stuff like that.
That's wild. I
Mhm.
remember some of my earliest YouTube videos were AMVs. I used to do Transformers content, and then this channel that I have right here is that channel, but I repurposed
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah, but I repurposed it to do the Fortnite stuff about a year and a half ago. But I used I used to do Transformer AMVs. I would take like a bunch of pictures and stuff, and then I'd put like what was it? What was it, like Breaking Benjamin or
Yeah.
Drowning Pool? 'Cause I went through the whole emo phase. I remember that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So when you're talking about like I remember it's just like it's a nostalgia thing, right? Because you had to be there, like at YouTube during that time. It was such a different place.
You had to be there.
Like everybody was like and that was like it's so interesting because it's like it's a lot of content creators early stages of development for like what they would become later on.
Oh yeah.
But now correct me if I'm wrong, but you didn't stop there. You also started uploading movies to YouTube as well, correct?
I did. I did. I was like, I found this one website. I think it was like called True Media, or like it had like a green logo, and basically it allowed me to render out my videos past 10 minutes or something like that. I know I could have probably done Windows Movie Maker, but I guess like the quality was too bad.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like something True Media. I genuinely don't remember what it was called, but yeah, I used to upload like the Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie. I uploaded like Click. I think I uploaded something else. I can't remember because this was years ago, mind you. And they banned me, and I got upset. I'm like, why? Like, why would you ban me? I wasn't.
I was just uploading copywritten content. Like, what? Come on, guys. Really?
Back then, they didn't have that harsh of a copyright system back then. I remember. I think my most popular video was a re-upload of the T-Pain song "Low."
Oh wow!
I think it literally got like 100K views. I'm like, yeah, this video is popping. I didn't have to do anything. I just had a picture of him and just the song, and it was in horrible quality.
It didn't matter back then. Everything was like 90% of the videos were horrible quality back then. Nobody cared about. There was no 1080p, bro. 320. If you get 320 on a YouTube video back then, you were a savage. Like, but
it was a time.
But the reason why I'm bringing this up is so the point I'm trying to make is you've been doing YouTube itself for a while. But how when you were doing the edits and then the movie stuff, how old were you roughly when you were doing all that?
Oh my God. I was still in middle school when I was doing the edits, because I remember very vividly. This is an embarrassing story, but there was this girl at my school I liked, and I got made fun of a lot in middle school. I did not have many friends, and these kids, they came up to me. I don't think I've ever told this story before, but they came up to me and they're like, "Hey, I don't want to say her name, even though I don't know her last name. I'll just say like Claire, for example."
Fair enough.
And they were like, "Hey, did you know that Claire wants to go out on a date with you?" And I'm like, "Oh snap, really? Yo, that's awesome." So then I don't even go to her about it because she wasn't there. And I made an edit that day, and at the end of the video, I am so embarrassed that I'm thinking about this right now. But at the end of the video, I put like, shout out to Claire, my new girlfriend. Even though we never actually went out on the date. And then the next day,
oh my God,
she came to me. She's like, "Hey, so I know some of the kids told you that I was interested in you. They were lying." Damn. And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Damn. Yeah, no problem." Damn. Yeah, that was horrible.
My heart.
I was in middle school. I used to get bullied so much in school.
Bro, you're not the I went through similar shit, bro. And like when you just that story, I'm just gonna say this, that story brings me. Oh my God, bro. I could talk to you for hours about embarrassing shit like that happened to me. Chat, here's the deal, okay? A lot of y'all are about that age right now. Take notes. Don't do that. That is not Riz. No, that is not how that works. Also,
no, I was.
Oh God,
it was bad. I was very I was a late bloomer as well, and I was very sheltered and protected as a kid. I still am, honestly. I'm pretty sheltered now, but I couldn't read signs. Like I couldn't read like, oh, they were fucking with me, or something like that. Like I didn't get that vibe. I got like, oh, they wouldn't lie to me, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, they would. So I don't know. I fell for anything. You told me the sky was green, I would have told you I believe you.
Right.
Like back then, I was just very susceptible to that. And I learned over time that not to fall for stuff like that.
But see, that's the thing though. Like, and this is what people have to understand. It's like that's part of the game when you're growing as a young adult, right? Especially as a young man, like you're trying to figure yourself out. You're trying to figure out, how to talk to young girls and shit. And so you think that doing like overly cutesy shit is gonna win her over. And then after you do it over and over and over again, you find out, wow, this really doesn't fucking work out as well as I thought it was going to. This is kind of embarrassing. But it makes you, hopefully, after enough times, it'll make you realize, okay, like maybe I should switch up my approach, right? But dog, listen, you're not the only person with embarrassing stories. I could tell you, like, I remember, dog, I used to write, I don't know if I've ever told this story on stream, but I used to write poems for girls on Facebook.
Oh, that's so,
nah, bro,
so nice,
fuck that. It was corny. Listen, I remember this one girl, I was really obsessed with her, bro. Like, I was infatuated, and like, I hung out with her. What was it? I hung out with her like one time, like a one-on-one thing, which is us vibing, talking. We went to McDonald's and we just like talked for an hour, right? I was like 17, but like later on, I was like, man, I really want to let this girl know I like her, but how do I do it? So I went. I'm like, all right, let me pull out the old pen and paper. I spent 3 days, bro, 3 days on a poem trying to fucking write out. Like we used to text, right? And there was this thing like every time it was raining. Right, we would text each other, and so anytime it started raining, I'd send her a text, be like, "Yo, just thinking about you. It's raining, right?" She's like, "Oh my God, this is sweet." In the poem, what I did was I put the I said some corny shit like the first 7 drops spell out your name, right? So basically, I looked at her name. There's 7 letters in her first name. I said the first 7. I said this is some overly corny shit. And eventually, I told her,
no, this is adorable.
Bro, no, it's fucking corny. It's fucking corny. Chat, never do this, all right? Never let them know you like them, okay? You treat them like crap until you end up in a relationship. Then you can start treating. No, I'm just joking. Don't do that. Let's not do that. Anyway, point is, it never went anywhere. But I remember confronting her once. I was like, "Yeah, so what'd you think about the poem, girl?" And she's like, "Oh, it was sweet, you know." I was like, oh, "Fuck, she wasn't feeling it. Damn." But listen. Talk. You're not the only one. Okay, that's the only reason why I bring up that story. Anyway, that has literally nothing to do with Fortnite. However, here's the thing. We're gonna talk about Fortnite today, but I don't want that to be the entire conversation. I want my audience and whoever is listening to us, right? I want them to get to know you as a person, as a content creator better, and I want people listening to our voices to be able to learn something from this conversation. And the thing is, because this is a one-on-one interview, this is a format in which it can be a bit more personal than when I have like all the boys on and we're talking about how trash the Fortnite story is or how trash the game is at the moment. We'll talk about some of that stuff too. But I really want people to get a better look into you. And real quick, chat, just so y'all know, I see the super chats coming in. Some of you in the Discord have asked iTalk questions. I will be reading some of those today. And if you have super chats, you can also throw a super chat up. We'll answer those towards the end, okay? But I just want to let you know that those are muted right now, just to give y'all a heads up, because I want to make sure that most of our attention and focus is on iTalk and to give him the respect as the guest. So that being said, just wanted to lay that out there. But anyway, so we talked about YouTube. We both given an embarrassing story about how we were corny when we were younger, trying to pick up chicks. Now, I want to talk about how you got into Fortnite. Please tell the audience, what was it that attracted you to this game initially, at the first time you ever saw Fortnite or heard about it?
Walked downstairs to my basement, saw my brother was watching. I think it was Camping Rusher. And I look on the TV and he's talking about the Raven skin. 2018, I think the skin came out like in March or April 2018. And this was back when the skins were getting leaked, because before that they weren't getting leaked out. I don't want to say the Power Chord update was the one where they started getting leaked out, but I think it was like the first one. And I saw that on the TV, and I go to my brother, I'm like, "What's that?" And he's like, "Oh, that's Raven. Everyone's really hyped for that." I'm like, "That skin looks sick. I want it." And I'm like, "Let me know when it comes out." And I started watching the shop by myself, and I'm like, "When is Raven coming out?" When Raven finally dropped, I bought it. And I'm like, okay, I put $20 into this game now. I have to be committed to it, or else I feel like I wasted my money.
Right.
And then the rest was kind of history. Played it with a friend of mine for a little bit. Played it with an ex, now ex, and we ended up not working out. She ended up moving out of state for her long distance boyfriend she made after we broke up like a week later. So that kind of killed me. Yeah, it kind of told me like, yeah, she was talking to other guys, whatever. I'm not mad about it now. This was literally 4 years ago, 5 years ago now. It didn't matter to me, but I fell into like a sad state of like, oh man, I don't know what to do. I was stuck at a fun job. Mind you, I really enjoyed my job. It was I delivered groceries to either really, really old people that couldn't get out of the house, or really, really rich people that couldn't be asked to like get the groceries themselves. So for like this was a good deal. For $15, we would bag the groceries for you, drive to your house, put the bags in your kitchen for you, and all you had to do was either pay online, or we had a credit card machine that you could put the credit card in, and then boom.
So this is pre-DoorDash.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this was pre-DoorDash.
Wow.
So, and I thought that was a pretty cool like deal. And dude, if I got to meet the mayor of New Jersey one time.
Really?
Like she used it, yeah. And I got to talk with her butler mostly. Not it was like maybe it was like a maid, I don't even know, but like she was handling the most. But like I actually got to go to their house, and I'm like, this is kind of nuts.
That's wild.
And they didn't tip me, I don't think.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think they did, because I don't think they knew that they should have done that. I don't know. It's whatever to me. But
imagine being the mayor of New Jersey and not tipping iTalk Fortnite. I'm sorry, not iTalk.
This was before that. But what happened was I got really bored. One day I went into work, and they're like, "Hey, do I have any deliveries today?" They all kind of like circle around me. They say, "No, but we're not having you leave." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Then what do you want me to do?" it was like Krispy Kreme Day or
Okay.
something like that. Where like if you bought 1 dozen of donuts, you got a second dozen for free or something like that. I don't remember, or for $1.
Something to get fat
I don't
people
remember.
excited. Got you.
Yeah. So I'm like, and they're like, we want you to go here and buy us all donuts. And mind you, this was like a 20-minute drive from where I'm at because we didn't have a lot of Krispy Kreme donuts near us. I'm like, all right, that's my job. I was getting paid to do this. Like I wasn't actually working. I was just buying donuts for my coworkers. I'm like, this is the easiest job ever. So I'm waiting in line. The line's huge because everyone wants in on these donuts. And I created my Twitter account. I created my I Talk Fortnite Twitter account. And I'm like, hey guys, how y'all doing? I talk Fortnite. I like to talk about Fortnite and I want to interact with the community. And that's how it started. I made a podcast that I couldn't put on Twitter because Twitter has a 2-minute video limit. So I put it on YouTube. It was like 30 minutes of me rambling about wanting Power Chord back, spamming the Fortnite tweets with bring back Power Chord.
Wow.
Came back on September, I think it was like September 9th of 2018. It came back. I lost my shit. In that video, there was 2 people in my lobby with me. I met them at a Best Buy, and I only met them because they were trying to get the Galaxy skin. So everyone at my Best Buy was like on those phones, the Note 9 phones, to try to get the Galaxy skin on their accounts. Right. And I met them through there. They had no idea who I was. They just knew I wanted the skin. And yeah, that's how everything started. That was origin.
So you started. So let me get this straight. So you had the Twitter. So you started and was that your first claim to fame? Because I vaguely, I'm trying to think back to that time. I vaguely remember, I think, even hearing about that. Like some guy's trying to get Power Chord to come back and he's like fucking obsessed with him. I was like,
yeah, it was Twitter. It was Twitter. That was my first thing. I made Twitter and then I made the YouTube channel.
So how many followers did you get on Twitter because of the whole Power Chord thing?
I couldn't even tell you. Like maybe 5,000. It wasn't a lot. It really wasn't.
It wasn't a lot. I'm not even at 300. Okay, keep going.
I'm just saying. Well, listen, I built up like a notoriety in the community. Everyone hated me because I wouldn't shut up about that. And this kind of goes back to when I was younger. I couldn't read the room, right? So I didn't understand that people were hating me because I was spamming so much.
I see.
Like, so it didn't click with me. But at the same time, I was like, well, I'm not doing anything harmful. I'm just literally asking them to bring back the skin that I want back. That's all. And then, yeah, I'm looking through my old screenshots at the moment as I'm talking. I'm trying to see if I have anything from like Twitter that would like let me know what follower count I was at. Because I believe it or not, I did take screenshots of like my rise to fame with like YouTube and stuff like that. Like, so I have a lot of history posts and stuff like that. So yeah.
See, here's something I want to point out, and this is what's interesting. This is chat. I want you to pay attention. It's kind of a marketing thing, right? When people talk about like, oh, aren't you worried about like bad publicity, bad press? Notice how, right? Even though it was something that was a negative, iTalk was able to turn it around to a positive, right? And also, this is one thing I want to point out to you, iTalk, and what I'm realizing by listening to you, and this is why you're so successful as a content creator. You were able to pinpoint something in the market, of like the Fortnite market, that hadn't been tapped into yet, which is the covetousness of skins, of Fortnite skins. I will say this: and this is the thing, a lot of you guys have been playing since like Chapter 2. You got to rewind the clock back before then, like the general perception of like Fortnite and skins. This is how it went, right? Because I can remember this. Chapter 1, the first, like everything before Season 2, right? When it was Renegade Raider, all that stuff. No one really gave a shit about Fortnite skins. Everybody was like, why am I gonna buy skins for a game that's free, right? Like we're like, waste of money. Never gonna do it. Never gonna put money into this game. Then Season 2 came out. Everyone saw the Black Knight, like, damn, that's kind of cool. The AC/DC pickaxe, floss emote. It was here's the thing, right? I was one of the people that was holding out. I was like, I'm not doing it. Like all my friends started buying the battle pass. I was like, I'm not gonna do it, right? But then after you play for like a couple of weeks and you see everybody in the lobby flossing with their Black Knight skin, or they've got a custom skin, you're just a default, and then you're just sitting there thinking like, oh man, that looks kind of cool. Like I kind of wish I could be a part of this, you know? And then you're like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
It's peer pressure.
It is peer pressure, right? But here's the thing: the biggest thing that killed me was my boy Nate Swavey. Chat. If you've been on the channel for a while, you're familiar with Nate, right? Nate's the one that got me into doing TikTok. My boy Nate was like, hey, this is the thing that got me to get the battle pass. He's like, bro, then you got to remember, man, when these skins are going to be here one time, and when they're gone, they're gone. They're never coming back. And I was just like, all right, I'll buy this battle pass, but this will be the only one I buy. Right now, 4 chapters later, 500 skins later, definitely not the case. But here's the thing. That was the genesis of of Fortnite's culture, right? The reason why I'm telling that story is to paint a picture as to how things were back then. So that was like the battle pass is what started the culture of Fortnite skins. Then I remember this is like early to mid 2018. I remember me and my friends, we started paying attention to the rarity of skins, right? Like, oh man, like you talked about the Raven skin, right? I remember when the Raven skin came out. You're like, oh man, we should. I remember my friends were like, oh bro, we should probably cop that. Like, yeah, man, this one's not coming back. They're not gonna bring this one back to the item shop. This one's a legendary. No, they're not gonna bring it back. We got to buy that. We got to buy it. So we started buying skins because we thought certain things are gonna be rare, right? Or like, oh, that one's kind of sweaty, right? That's when certain skins started started to become sweat. I would say like people really started pinpointing sweat skins when the John Wick came out. That's how I kind of look at it.
The Reaper. No, his name was the Reaper though. That was considered a skin where if you saw him, you feared him because he would beat you in a build fight. And that was before build fights were even really necessarily a thing, because a lot of people didn't build back then. But if you got tier 100, and let's be honest, who buys out the entire battle pass, especially back then? No one, right?
Right.
So they obviously had time on their hands. They obviously learned how to actually do everything. So yeah, skins actually had purpose back then. Like you actually feared people depending on what skin they were wearing. Now it's like, I don't really get any of that, honestly. Everyone's sweaty now.
Right. Everyone's sweaty. The market's been saturated with so many skins. But here's the thing I want to point out, right? All of this is what I'm leading up to, right? Think about what we talked about, right? The culture of the skins, everything leading up to at this time, right? So here's the deal. By season 3 of chapter 1, people were paying attention to skins now, right? It was a thing, and it was cool because Fortnite, we didn't have collabs. So like when you have things like the Reaper, which is obviously an homage to John Wick, people are picking up on that. Like, oh man, this is kind of neat. And then the first evidence of like a storyline with the meteor and everything, that's starting to play out. So now Fortnite's slowly starting to create a culture. When iTalk is coming into this thing, bro, when you came into this thing, right, you're going and you're ranting and raving about, bring the skin back. I want this skin back, right? That was at a time when we were getting, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I might be wrong on this, but from my memory, we were getting a lot of new skins like every couple of days or every week. Like there's tons of new stuff in the item shop. And that item shop refreshed. Like by mid 2018, like we were getting tons of new skins. And so there was no guarantee. All those stuff would come back. There was no guarantee the skin that you wanted would come back, right?
Thursdays and Saturdays would be new sets. Sets, by the way. We used to, nowadays we just get like a skin, except the newest stuff we just got. That's different. But like before, what we used to do is we only got like the skin, a pickaxe, the back bling, the glider. And that was like everyone's set. Like Vertex in the shop. I think Vertex is in the shop right now. But he had a whole set, right? And that's just kind of how it was. Oh, he was yesterday. But you get my point. Like skins back then had like Tempest, pickaxe, wrap, glider, abstract, skin, back bling, pickaxe. They all had whole sets. Nowadays, Fortnite kind of devolves around just skins now, or just emotes. They rarely like will incorporate pickaxes and gliders anymore.
Right.
I've noticed, at least.
But I guess, and that's true. But what I'm getting at is like when you were going on Twitter and you're talking about, hey, I want you to bring this skin back, bring this skin back, bring this skin back. You started creating a, how do I say this? You kind of created like a formal culture of paying attention to particular Fortnite skins, like people being fans of a particular Fortnite skin, people creating an identity, right? A personality, a brand around a particular Fortnite skin, right? Because now, like, you look at a lot of the big content creators, right? Like the people that don't have icon skins, right, which is the vast majority of content creators. People like let me give you an example, like Zemi, right? Zemi's got I think it's the superhero chick, and it's all green, custom, right? But that's like his avatar, his main skin that he's always using for all of his thumbnails in his videos, the one that he uses in all of his tournaments and all the games. Like, that's part of his brand now. I feel like you, in many ways, were the originator of that concept, right? Because after, when they did bring
the concept of main skins, of people owning main skins.
Because when they brought Power Chord back, that was, you correct me if I'm wrong, but you started using that at the forefront of your content for YouTube, correct? Like, that was kind of like your avatar in a sense. Am I right? Would I be correct in that?
Yeah.
So I can't really think of anybody else doing that before you. And it's like you really established, and I would say that, arguably, I'd say that you were pivotal in the culture of Fortnite skins, in my opinion.
I low-key haven't thought of that, but I don't want to give myself too much credit because, again, I am not someone that likes to take credit. But that, you got a point, because I just sent it to you on Discord. I found two legendary screenshots. One of Fortnite announcing Red Knight was coming back. I remember I was at a family's house, and I got that tweet, and I called my brother on the phone. I'm like, dude, they're bringing back Red Knight, and he was losing his mind over the phone, because that was a monumental occasion, right? And then one of the other things I sent you was just like one of my many replies to the Fortnite Twitter account saying, bring back Power Chord. Everyone wants Power Chord back, whatever. And I guess you're right. I don't think I saw many people. I don't think many people were maintaining skins as their identity. I mean, yeah, you had Laserbeam with Mary Marauder, of course, Lachlan with Codename Elf. You had that. I don't want to say I'm someone that invented that, but yeah, like mine was Power Chord, and yeah, I feel like no one really had their own identity in the skins until like early 20s or late 2017, early 2018. Like I said, with Elf and Marauder, those are like the two where I'm like, you can't even go wrong with that. Those two look identical, I mean, to their brands.
Right.
So I don't want to say I invented the branding of skins to your to your persona or whatever, but I don't know. I don't want to give myself that much credit.
Listen, you don't have to. I'll say it for you. He did it.
I did not. I really didn't. I don't think I did.
Listen, if you might, here's the deal. It's not always about being the first person to do something, right? But it's being one of the most influential people to do it. Because, and this is this is going to tie into my next question, and this kind of proves my point in how you furthered and cultivated the culture of Fortnite skins in general, right? In my opinion, I look to you as like the foremost authority in terms of like understanding Fortnite skins, understanding the history and how of Fortnite skins and how they particularly work. But I want to know, what made you think of doing daily item shop videos?
So, a little bit of drama with this one.
Oh boy.
Kodak WK used to be the person that did the daily item shop videos. I don't know if you remember who he was.
I have no idea who that is, I'll be honest.
Yo, guys, we're back with another item shop video. That was the dude that did the item shop videos. And I look back at those videos fondly because those were, back then, I thought they were so legendary for what they did because they were the shops back then. But back then, I was kind of annoyed with them because he took the rarity part way too seriously. Like, if they brought back, they brought back the Reaper pickaxe, and he said he only thought it would be available for 2017 Halloween, and he got like legitimately upset about it. And that upset me. I'm like, no, it's an item shop thing. I know the description of the Reaper pickaxe does say limited edition. Not anymore, by the way, but it did back then. So I understand why people may have thought that it wouldn't come back. But if something's in the item shop, it always has a chance to come back. And that's just kind of how it is. And I got really annoyed with it. And I thought I would start doing item shop videos on my own, but this time make it more of a calm approach, have it be different, have it not be so serious on like, oh, this skin, I'm upset that this skin or pickaxe came back, right? Because Kodak's big thing was he used to collect the harvesting tools. That was his big thing. Very strange, but nonetheless, it's still cool though. And we ended up we weren't like great friends at all. We were kind of beefing with each other, if anything, because I was kind of like using his format, but I was doing it in a more calmer approach.
Right.
Then he almost got sued by the Kodak camera company because he has the word Kodak in his name.
I see.
And what ended up happening was he changed his name to DJ Cook, and now he's more popular than ever now. He does like a whole bunch of like exposing YouTuber videos. I think he has like 2 million subs now.
Mm-hmm.
Like he moved past the item shop. He even like DMs me sometimes like, "Hey man, how's the shops been? You still doing it?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." Like it's crazy. Like he actually was able to move on from the item shop videos because he stopped doing them on his own volition because he didn't want to ruin his life by staying home all day because he had friends he wanted to hang out with, and he felt like if he was to cover the shops, he would be missing out on real life opportunity, which I absolutely understand. And that's kind of what happened.
Let me ask you this question. Have you missed a day doing the item shop videos in the last?
Nope.
You've done every single day for the last, what, 3
There was
years?
2 where I was late. One, I was late because my power was out.
I remember
and
that.
I had to wait like 20 minutes for the power to come back. And then one time I was still working at my job and I came back a little bit late, like 8:10 or something like that. I was a little bit late to that. But other than that, no. If there was other times where I'd not be home, I would be at like my grandparents' house for Christmas Eve because I see them every Christmas Eve, and I brought my laptop and recorded it that way. Horrible to do that, by the way, for me, because like my setup is like 3 monitors and like a 3090 PC right now. But on the go, it's like a good gaming laptop, but like one screen. I have to fit everything all on one screen, like the Photoshop behind the game and like all of that and all the folders and stuff. It was horrible. I don't enjoy doing that. But yeah. I've been covering it for 4 years straight now. I've been doing it since October of 2018. So, we're getting close to 4.5 years at this point.
That's so crazy to me. What, in your opinion, why are you so dedicated to keeping up with the item shop videos? Like what?
It's the only thing that keeps me relevant, if I'm being honest with you. I think people only know me as the item shop guy. A lot of people don't know me as like, oh, I do commentaries here and there, because let's be honest. I mean, the item shop videos get more attention,
right?
But not only that, but it's also like, I don't put out as many commentaries. Usually I put them out if it's like, I don't know, if I actually am inspired to play the game or to talk about it. Cause I'll be straight up with you. Haven't made one in a while because it's just going to be a negative video about how this season is the glitchiest season we've ever had and how I don't want to play the game because hurdy-dur, they nerf the hammer, but they don't fix the bugs and stuff. Like, where's the priority here? I don't really even care about the hammer nerf personally because I'm not playing the game, but I don't know, like there's just so many. I've lost so many games because of like a reload bug or like shooting through a tree, but it won't let me shoot near it or anything like that. So I don't want to make constant negative content on the channel, but at the same time, if I want to make a commentary, which I typically do, I can't because I don't want everyone to think like I'm just a hater. So I don't know.
Let me speak something to the commentary as well. So let me ask you, and that was actually going to be my next question, was when did you switch from doing just the item shop videos to starting to do commentary? Like when did you make that transition?
Started off as a podcast channel.
The
first thing I ever uploaded was a podcast about bringing back Power Chord. As lame as that sounds, literally that's what it was. I was a podcaster, and then I moved. I made a video called "What Happened to Power Chord and Rockout." It was a 3-part series going over theories, queries, questions, answers, digging through anything. Like I remember there was people saying, "Oh, it was." Power Chord only released once because there was a rock concert at Epic Games. And they're like, that's the only reason why it was out and it's never coming back again. And I was just like, dude, come on. Yeah. Like everyone was like coming up with theories just to discredit me or to try to get me to stop, which again, I get it. So item shops were not my first thing. It was commentaries and then podcasts, then commentaries. And then it turned into the item shops. And then in rotation, I just threw in a commentary here and there whenever I had a topic I wanted to discuss or something like that. And that's kind of how it came to be.
Let me tell you a little story related to this.
Yeah.
I remember, this is probably end of 2018 going to 2019. I remember being in my room. This is back when I was in between jobs. So I had left I used to work at an airport doing rental cars. And so after I left that, I was unemployed for about a year before I did the security job. I did a security job, installing security systems in people's homes and stuff. But I remember, in my room, in between, like, there's times when I was practicing the game, trying to get better at the game. I remember pulling up your videos after not like listening to, not looking at your channel for maybe a few months or so. And I remember I remember finding out like, I'm like, oh wait, he's got commentary videos. And I just remember just like binging those and just listening to as many as I could. I was like, wow, it was really interesting, and it really kept me entertained while I'll say this, I used to listen to you, the Joe Budden podcast, and there were a couple of other smaller channels, other channels I listened to. I can't remember who they were off the top of my head, but they were like you were in the rotation, and I remember thinking like when I got through all of the commentary videos that I could find that were relevant for the time, I was like, man, really hope he does more of these, because like this is the most interesting stuff. Like I want more of this, and it's crazy. I guess my perception was originally that you had done the item shop videos first and then transitioned, but I had it backwards. You originally were doing commentary, and then it was item shop, which I find interesting. But I, of course, and that's where most people know you from, is of course the item shop videos. And also I let me mention this as well. The other guy that you mentioned earlier too, who was doing the item shop videos before you. I probably came across him a couple of times, like the little intro that you did, in his cadence and everything. Something in my brain is like vaguely remembering like some semblance of that, but something about the way that you do it, your approach, your style is very down to earth. It's very calm. You have a very good voice for podcasting. I know you've also talked about wanting to do radio at some point. I want to talk about that a little bit later, but you have a very good voice for it. And what I've noticed is that like a lot of let me get your opinion on this too, right? What I've noticed is that in the content creation space, especially when it comes to Fortnite, there are a lot of YouTubers. They got to talk like this the whole time, and they're super energetic, and they just go and it's like it's not authentic, right? It's not your authentic, true personality. The difference that I noticed with your content from the start is like, okay, when I listen to this guy speak, that's what attracted me to your videos. Is like when this guy speaks, he's not trying to be super bombastic, overly energetic. It's just him sitting down. It's like we're sitting down having a conversation, like we are right now. It's like we're sitting down having a conversation, just talking about Fortnite. How do you feel? Do you feel that your approach in how you do, maybe not even just the item shop videos, but content in general, do you feel like it's unique to some degree?
I feel like I'm doing YouTube wrong, because you are absolutely right. The way I kind of see it is that a lot of content creators, not trying to throw shade, but a lot of content creators see this as like a TV show. Like they need to be overly exaggerated for view retention, because kids like flashing colors. They like, quick drop a like in the first 5 seconds bullshit. Like they gravitate towards that. And I don't do that, because I think it's corny as fuck. And the big thing with me is like I've low-key thought about it, doing that a few times. I'm like if I do it, it's probably for April Fools, because I've done that before for April Fools. I've done like little trolly videos like that, and I might do them in the future sometime as a joke. But like when I'm sitting down in my chair and I'm thinking like, how about we try mixing up the style a bit? How about we get a little bit more exaggerated? And I just kind of cringe at it. I'm like, well, if it's not the real me, like I am no, like, yeah, I can be a little bit over hyper sometimes, but I'm not someone that's gonna be super overly exaggerated. At least I don't think I am. And yeah, I don't know. Like my content isn't made for children. It's made for people in high school and college. My base demographic is 18 to 24, and then 25 to like 32 or whatever is like my second highest. And I've had people say, oh, they could fake their ages. I mean, probably, but it also kind of makes sense, because like I don't make content that's geared towards children.
That
like,
caters to children.
I keep it family friendly, right? For the most part. But I'm not someone that's going to be super loud and obnoxious and in your face about stuff, unless it's a joke, of course.
Right.
And I always thought I was just doing YouTube wrong, because everyone else, like I've gotten this question before: who's your favorite Fortnite YouTuber? Can't answer that, because I don't watch a lot of Fortnite YouTube, because most of it is overly exaggerated and just not my style. I don't watch gameplay videos. I like the commentaries. You and Clen, I've been watching for commentary, and I'm like, this is great. Like I'm happy that there's other people talking about the game, and not necessarily needing to like just do gameplays, because yeah, gameplays are cool, but like I don't know, man. The game's been out for 5 years. You'd think you'd get bored of the same old like challenge video. Like
Yeah.
what haven't people done at this point, right?
Right.
So yeah, that's just kind of I know that I'm like in the minority with that because it's not what gets the most attention. It's the gameplay, but like that's just my own thing.
Well, I think there is something to be said for commentary content. And you can definitely do it very well. Right, there's a huge market for it because Tommy, Top Five Gaming,
Yeah.
I don't want to say his is necessarily commentary per se. It's weird. Tommy's approach is. I want to interview him at some point too. But Tommy's approach is very unique as well, right? Because it's like commentary, but it's also like a news reporter at the same time, right? It's like it's a weird blend of the two, like a reporting style mixed with a commentary style. And he
Yeah, he's got
does.
his own writers, editors, all of that.
He
He just
does.
provides his voice.
He
It's kind of
does.
nuts.
Yeah.
The quality of that channel is nuts.
Yeah, Tommy's content is top notch, and he does a very good job. But I will say though that like in the commentary space, there is people, and here's the thing, right? You pointed out earlier, even when the first time we streamed together, you pointed this out. That like there aren't a lot of Fortnite content creators that are doing commentary. And I want to. I've never heard of this Clen guy. I want to check him out, see what he's doing. Sounds
Yeah, Clem, CLE. I think it's CLEN. Yeah.
CLEN. I'm gonna check him out. But I don't know. It's just I think that it's an aspect of Fortnite that not a lot of people do because they don't really know how to sit down and have a conversation with their audience without being overly bombastic. And here's the thing, like I know a minute ago you said like you can't like you've been doing YouTube wrong, right? Or at least that's the perception that some people would have, right? But the thing is, to get 1 million subscribers, you have to be doing something right. You know what I mean? You can't get to the level that you're at and be doing something wrong or not understand your audience, understand what people really want. And also, I think this too, right? I think there's a greater chance for Fortnite commentators to excel in this space because it is a unique type of content. Just like when you first started doing the item shop videos in the way that you were doing them, there was only one other guy that did it, and he didn't do it the way that you did it, right? So sometimes it's just a matter of creating something that that the audience doesn't really even know that they want. But this is something I wanted to ask you, kind of bordering on this topic. What has been one of the most difficult aspects of content creation for you personally?
My mental health, it is shit, complete shit. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it before, but I'll kind of give you a brief rundown of my issues. I'm low key kind of scared of people. I've been used for money. I've been used for retweets. I've been used for views. Everything you can think of. People use me for a lot of different things. And in return for that, and also with my addiction to watching like criminal investigation videos, I'm kind of scared of people. Like, people say, "Oh, would you ever meet up with people?" Honestly, no. I don't feel safe around a lot of people. It's a weird thing, but like the only time I actually talk with people is either through like this, through my friends on Twitter or on like VR chat. But besides that, I don't plan on really physically hanging out with anybody unless it's like family because I can trust them. But even then, like with my family, I've been used for money through family too.
Yeah.
I was relied heavily by someone I'm not going to mention, but like thousands of dollars a year. They needed help, and I'm like, okay, their family, their friends, I'll do it. But then they become over reliant, and I'm just kind of scared to like really interact with anybody because I'm worried, are they using me because they like me, or is it because of my money, or is it because of my status and stuff like that? So I suffer with a lot of like mental illness that way, and also I have extreme anxiety issues. I don't see myself leaving the state anytime soon. I don't feel safe outside of my house. It's I don't know. I deal with a lot because of the item shops and how they kind of force me to stay home every day. I don't get a lot of interaction with people, and it's shit. My mental health is complete shit. But is it worth it in the end for me to continue doing my dream job and just doing this? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm totally cool with it. You got to sacrifice a lot of stuff in order for you to maintain a successful YouTube channel. And in my case, doing the shop every day fucks with my mental health too, because it's like I can never go if I wanted to, I can never go out to like, I don't know, I can never go out to a hockey game or like a football game or to a concert, even though I don't necessarily want to. The fact that like the option just isn't there for me, it kind of sucks. It kind of tears me away a bit. So yeah, I'm very I want to say I'm very sheltered, but I'm also just I don't know. I'll be straight up with you. I don't know why I agreed to an interview with you. Not because of who you are, but like I'm legitimately not. I'm kind of scared of people. Like I'm scared of being used for whatever. And I know you would never do that. I learned you through JoJo. I watched your interview with him. I thought it was great. I'm like, yeah, this is someone I absolutely want to like have a talk with because you seem like you have a good head on your shoulders and stuff like that. But no, absolutely, it's hell. Mental health wise, it's hell. But again, would I trade it all away for making the money I'm making and doing the content I'm doing? Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. It's just the price you kind of have to pay. Honestly, I didn't want to get too depressing here.
No. See, here's the thing. First of all, I want to thank you once again for being on this podcast. It's an honor to have you on, not just because it really is a surreal experience to actually be talking to you one-on-one because I've been listening to your content for so long, but just I understand, especially as I'm growing as a content creator, I am starting to notice how people will do their best to try to take advantage of you in any way they can. And here's the thing: we as content creators, we understand the game, right? We understand that there's like people will, depending on where your following is, people will leverage your person with a bigger following if they're at a smaller following to for content, right? But there's an ethical, an appropriate way to go about it, and there's an immoral, unjust, more manipulative way to go about it, right? And I think, and I can understand what you're talking about. You're talking about the fear aspect of people trying to take advantage of you. But I think with you, the interesting thing is it's in your personal life where you see that. And this is one of the questions I wanted to ask you too. There's a couple personal questions I really wanted to ask you. But the first one is going to be how has hitting 1 million subscribers on YouTube changed your life? How has that transformed you as a person?
I feel like I don't deserve it. I don't make anywhere near close the amount of views as the sub count. And I understand that's for a majority of channels. It's like, your subscriber count's kind of inflated compared to your view counts. Like that's for everybody. I mean, Lackland has like 10 million, 20 million subs, but he only gets like maybe 500,000 views. Like obviously it's like that, but I don't know why I have this many subs. I'd rather go back to like how much I had maybe a few years ago. I don't feel like I legitimately deserve the amount of subs. When I hit 1 million, it was because my account got disabled. So my subscriber count got boosted a little bit because people wanted to follow up with me like, oh, where's this going? Because this is kind of big news for people. And my subscriber count has been pretty stagnant since then. I get like maybe 5,000 subs a month, which is really bad from what I used to get. But I understand, when you focus on one game, if the game isn't super relevant or if you're not putting out as much content, you're going to start to lose the traction. And then I totally understand that. So when I hit the 1 million subs, it didn't make much of a difference to me. It really didn't.
Here's the thing. I try not to get into the habit of debating my guests per se, but I do like to give a bit of pushback when it comes to certain things. And this is the one thing I would like to say. And I listened to your imposters video. I remember when you first dropped it, that's when I first messaged you. And then I actually listened to it again today before the podcast because there was a few things you said in there that were really interesting to me. I can somewhat understand the feeling of not feeling like you deserve it, right? But at the same time, the only reason why you're in this position to have the amount of subscribers that you do, to have, the reputation that you do, to be able to do some of the things that you do to make whatever the income it is that you have, that you can support yourself and your family. The only reason you could do this because you put in the work. You're in a position that most people on YouTube, I think it's only 5% of YouTubers ever hit 10,000. Like if you hit 10K on YouTube, you're in the upper echelon of content creators on the platform, right? But a million, homie, that's very rare. And regardless, I understand regardless of like how you got it per se, right? But at the same time, like I do want you to, I hope you understand, like it's there. You did a lot of work, man. I mean, item shop, like you said, you just told me that you put your mental health in jeopardy for content creation, and I also understand that too. Fuck, sometimes like I've been doing this almost 2 years straight. Even when I got COVID over a year ago, and I still was streaming and trying to think of new TikTok ideas while I had COVID. Right? I get it, but it's a business. It's a lot of work, especially to be a top tier content creator, right? But like to say that, I don't know. It's tough for me to wrap my brain around not deserving it, because I feel like you do, because you've done so much. You put so much effort into it at your own admission. You know what I mean? Like, do you think that maybe you're being a bit hard on yourself when you say that you don't deserve to be where you're at?
No, I honestly, I have this like thing in the back of my head that tells me that this is all just a simulation, or all this is just like a big dream that I can't wake up from, because I don't know. Because again, it doesn't feel real. It really doesn't. It feels like I'm in like some other alternate reality. I don't know. Because again, like I said, I've been doing YouTube since like the beginning. My dream was to do this full time, because I've always had like depression and stuff like that. So I never thought I'd ever succeed, because like college wasn't my thing. I failed out of sophomore year of high school, so I had to do like 5 years of high school. So that was fucking embarrassing. I didn't think I'd make anything of myself. I was told I would never make anything of myself by my peers, by kids at school, whatever. So I didn't really think I'd make myself anything more than just a typical 9-to-5 dude. I didn't see myself being successful at all. So for all this to kind of happen, I feel like I don't deserve it, because like the people that are at this stage of the game with YouTube, it's like they're like, they put out way better content than I ever could. Because again, all I typically do, the reason why it all blew up was just because of the shop videos. That was it. No effort behind that at all. It doesn't take effort. I don't edit them. I raw record it, throw it in YouTube, take a screenshot of what I think is the best item in the shop, put it in Photoshop, save the picture, drag the picture into the YouTube uploader, title it, put the thumbnail, all that, put it in the playlist, upload it, done. Takes like 5 minutes max. And for me to be doing that every day for the past 4 years, it's not effort. There's no effort there. The only effort with it is that I'm dedicated to it. And and I've gotten a lot of sweet comments. There was this one email I got where a lady said that she's a teacher, and that her kids watch my videos, like my item shop videos sometimes in school, and she appreciated the fact that I was family friendly. And that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to stay a family friendly channel on the iTalk channel, because I don't know, if there's kids watching, and I want to make sure that like they enjoy the content for what it is. And that really touched my heart, that like a teacher of all things would show my content to her kids in school, like whenever. Like I thought that was really cool. But no, yeah, that's how I feel about it.
And look, I get that. Here's the thing. One thing that I can say after meeting you and having the privilege of being able to talk to you a couple of times is that you are probably I would say you, Dag, and JoJo are probably 3 of the most down to earth content creators that like I've ever met. But like you really, like your humility is fantastic. And when you said, and also I want to say this too, right? When you said earlier that like you don't even know why you jumped on the podcast, I totally get it. I understand, right? I did not take offense to that, because it's tough. It is very tough. It's tough to trust people. Podcasts, especially with someone of my size who's not really established yet, right? who's just working their way up. There's no way to know for sure like how a one-on-one interview style podcast is going to go. It is a risk on your part, right? You're putting your name out there, you're putting your brand in there, and in essence, when you go on someone else's podcast, you're trusting that other person with your brand to some degree, right? Like you're putting your name out there on a ledge, someone as a cosign. But it's, I'll be honest, man, it to some degree, it really does break my heart to hear you be so down on yourself, because in my opinion, I know that here's the thing. I know that you say that what you do is simple, right? I know that what you say that like it's not, you didn't do anything complex, but at the same time, that begs the question: why does it have to be complex? Why does your content have to be this same bombastic, super high energy, overly edited content that everybody else does? Here's the thing. You use specific tools for specific jobs, right? You wouldn't take a drill to try to hammer a nail, right? Your content, right? Your style, your approach, even when it comes down to even the lack of editing, it works for what you do, right? You're not an overly cracked Fortnite player. You're not going to tournaments, right? You're not trying to be the next Booga. Okay, you're out here giving gameplay tips, but you are a fan of the game, and where your heart really lies is in the cosmetics. And so you've leveraged your God-given, in my opinion, your God-given talents, right? You've leveraged I can't talk. You've leveraged your talents in a way in which it works for you and your content. And although you can say, I hit 1 million, but I hit 1 million because there was some glitch and this happened and all that, the point still remains that like you still couldn't be in the position that you're in to even maintain your status if there was nothing unique about your content and your approach. And and this is a great way for me to segue into something else I wanted to talk about. Before we got on here on the podcast, before we started the podcast, I told you I had a story about your content and how you inspired me. I remember when my first 6 months of starting my YouTube channel. I remember I was trying to you're first starting out, of course, you're trying to figure out who you are as a creator. What do you want to do? What kind of content do you want to put out? And so one of the things that I was doing at the time was I was doing I was trying to do I don't know if you've ever seen the YouTuber, his name's Blueprint, but he plays Rust. I was trying to do Fortnite videos, but in Blueprint's kind of style. It's kind of like you're telling a story through the experiences that happened to you on the video game live. And I was doing it through a series where my cousin and we bought scuff controllers. We were playing tournaments, and I was throughout the video, I would pause it, and my voice would come in and give some commentary to give context to to what was happening on screen. But I noticed that those videos weren't doing too well for me, right? And so I was starting to think what is it that I can do that will help me stand out from amongst the other Fortnite content creators? Because I understood that gameplay in and of itself, no one really cares about gameplay videos unless you're freaking, Cypher, Ninja, one of the legacy OG cracked Fortnite players. So I was thinking what could I do? So I went on YouTube, and I was thinking what the hell happened to iTalk? Because I don't think I'd watched your videos. This was I think this was late 2020. This might have been early 2021. Oh my God, that was 2 years ago. Yeah, I think it was early 2021 when I did this. And I was like, I hadn't watched your videos for a while. So I went on your channel, and I started noticing that you were doing commentary stuff. I started looking at the commentary videos, and I was just like, oh, that's a really interesting video. That's a really interesting topic. That's good. And then I realized, on TikTok, I've been doing some of this stuff already, and people found it interesting. But I remember looking at some of your videos, looking at some of your video topics, and thinking, holy shit, this guy, there's a niche here. There's a need I can feel here on YouTube. And I took some of honestly, I think I took a couple of I don't remember which ones, but I took a couple of your video topics, and I turned them into videos of my own. And that's what kind of gave me the momentum to kind of do some of the content that I'm doing now. But I've regularly gone to your channel to get inspiration or to get ideas in terms of what to make commentary on. But anyway, I say all this to say, not just to gas you up and all that, right? But you are a very influential content creator. I know that in my community, damn near everybody in my community loves you. Like my community is like, oh my god, iTalk's awesome, like goated. They love your content, and it's not just because of the item shop videos. It's because you're one of the first, like pretty much you're I can't know for certain, but you're one of the first like commentary channels, and that I would say that commentary provides context to where the game currently is. There are certain things that need to be talked about in terms of like if the game is good, if the game is bad, and you do it in a way that's just very chill, very laid back. So I don't know. I do hear you, man, and I do and I'm not here to fight you or debate you on it. The way you feel is the way that you're going to feel. But I want you to know, at least from me personally and from my members of my community, we appreciate the content that you do, and there is something genuinely unique about how you present it. You've inspired a lot of content creators, including myself, and you inspire the kids in my community and even the kids that watch your item shop videos, like that teacher that shouted you out, right? You do have value here, bro. You do have a lot of value in the community, and I would consider you one of the legacy Fortnite content creators. I don't know. Do you want to say anything about that or push back on that, or?
No, I'll just say thank you and I'll move on. I listen, bro. The way you described it makes me think of like some people I watch, like Moist Critical and some Ordinary Gamers. I love some Ordinary Gamers.
Yeah,
and
good.
yeah, their content is not superly overly edited. It's not. It's them talking into a camera, and then they switch a scene on OBS where it shows their face cam and like something on their computer that they're talking about. So yeah, I absolutely understand that like content that isn't the most overly edited can still succeed. And that, that opened up my eyes a little bit. I didn't really even think about that. But like, I mean, you've seen Charlie's content, right? Where he just literally just talks in front of a camera, shows the clip, and then just keeps talking. Like, yeah, and there's like no serious editing behind it. So I get it through that sense. I do. I guess I just still don't think that like I've made an impact on anything necessarily. Again, you can say otherwise. That's totally fine. And I really do appreciate the words you said. That the guy Clen I mentioned, literally 4 hours ago, put out a video talking about how me and Happy Power watched his videos, and he mentioned, I'll tell the story. He was on my stream. He gave me a super chat, and he said, "Appreciate the content, man. You commented on one of my videos. I won't say the name because he didn't want like a shout out because that wasn't his intention. But he wanted to say thank you." And I knew who it was. I'm like, yo, is that Clen? Is it that man? Like, and I'm like, yo, Clen, I liked the video, and I appreciated it. Like, I'm like, dude, another YouTuber that makes commentary videos. I'm like, this is so good. I want more people like this, right? So I was really appreciative of him. And then he puts out a video, like I said, 4 hours ago, talking about it. And he said, like, my content was like comfort content. Like he said, like he'll put on like a every season whatever skin reviewed video that's like an hour long, and he'll fall asleep to that because it's comforting to him. And I relate to that so hard because I watch a ton of YouTube before I go to bed. Literally, I have my own comfort content I watch too, and that really spoke to me. And I'm like, man, I was just at the Dunkin' drive-thru on my way back home to get to this. And I was listening to his video, and yeah, when he said that, and he's like, I've been watching him since the Dear OG's Stop It video, which that was years ago. That was like 4 years ago now. I was like, man, it's still hard for me to like believe that like I actually inspire people, but I guess I do. I don't know. I don't like to take credit because it's again, it's really nothing super sophisticated. I'm just a dweeb in front of a microphone.
Listen, literally, bro, that's literally every YouTuber ever. Okay.
I understand that. I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I see myself like me collaborating with you again. It wasn't ill will. It was just like I don't get interviewed by anybody. Like, you understand that, right? Like the only people I interviewed, Mustard Plays, and then I got interviewed by Squatting, and I was terrified during the Squatting one for sure. But that kind of actually opened me up a bit for me to actually start. I don't know. It started opening up gates for me. Like, okay, you should start talking to other people and stuff like that. And that's what I've been doing. So that's why I'm like, when you wanted me on it, I'm like, dude, let's do it. Like I totally vibe with the content and the streams you put out. I'm like, this would be a great fit for me.
Thanks,
I guess I'm just like scared of like, again, I know you're not using me at all. I'm just saying like, I'm glad that like there's people out there that actually do appreciate what I do, because I don't necessarily appreciate all the stuff I do, because it's just, again, it's just not that big of a deal to me.
Yeah.
But no, I do appreciate the kind words. It honestly does mean a lot. There's so much negativity out there, but I actually kind of welcome the negativity, because at least when people critique me, like Clen made a video where he critiqued me and Happy. I actually like it when people do that, because then I feel more like a real person and not just a person that blindly gets praised because he has 1 million subs.
Yeah.
Or, oh, he made one good video, I remember. Like, I want people to actually critique me and not necessarily talk shit to me, but like, I'd rather people be real with me, and instead of just like blindly supporting whatever I do.
Yeah, a bunch of yes men around you.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that at all. I really don't. And so that's when I get everyone saying like, oh, I love your content, stuff like that. It's appreciated, but I guess I wish people were more mean to me in a weird way. I do wish people were more mean to me, because then I feel like, okay, I feel like a normal.
There's a point where like all the compliments start to feel fake after a while. It's like, okay, like I get it. Like you guys think I'm awesome, but it's like this shit's just, it gets old. It does get old. And I do understand that. I mean, look, I want to make this clear too, right? When I'm with the compliments that I get, I want to give a bit more context as well. It's not that I don't think that there would be ways for you to improve your content. Like I think honestly, if there's one thing like this is one thing I was going to talk to you about later, but like there's one thing I've noticed about you, right? It's just like I feel like you don't capitalize on your success as much as you could. Like I feel like you don't leverage your reputation or your popularity as much as you could to monetize it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think I do either personally. I don't premiere my videos. I don't tweet out my videos as much. I don't really tweet as much at all anymore.
So let me ask you this question. What's to stop you from pushing yourself to go into another level to make better content?
No idea. Honestly, the plan for right now is to honestly just keep going with my content. I will say this, right? Recently I started streaming on YouTube. Thought it would be a horrible idea for me to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But whatchamacallit, YouTube reached out to me. I have a YouTube partner now, or rep, and they told me, hey, they just regurgitated the same thing but over webcam.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know about memberships? Yes. Hey, you know about premieres? Yes. Hey, you know about live streaming? Yes. Hey, you know about shorts? Yes. Like literally that was the entire conversation, was like, hey, you could use all this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to. But then I'm like, okay, wait, let's think about it. So then I streamed on YouTube doing the shop video. Overwhelming success. I think we peaked at like 8,000 viewers. It was insane. And then every stream after that's been peaked at 5,000 at least for the shop reset. I'm like, dude, this might be something we do now. So I'm actually growing my brand again.
Good.
By streaming. And then I have a membership button where for just $1 a month people can sub. I gift myself a ton of memberships because I just want all my cute emotes. Shout out to Cassidy Ray on Twitter, makes god tier emotes. I just got a whole bunch of them now recently, and I want to incorporate them into my YouTube comments, like with the memberships and stuff. The only issue with that though is that you have to have a certain amount of members to incorporate more emotes, which I think is dumb.
Yeah.
If I have the emotes, which I'll be straight up, I have like maybe 50 emotes custom made.
Mm-hmm.
They're all on my Discord, cool, but like if I wanted to do that, I'd have to like gift like 10,000 memberships or something stupid like that to get super high, which I don't necessarily mind doing because I get kickback from gifting myself memberships because I'm giving myself money.
Right.
So I don't really have an issue with it because it's $1 a month, but I've been expanding. I added the membership button. I started streaming on YouTube now, and everything's been chill. And the best thing with YouTube streaming too is that people give me ideas for content streaming on YouTube because you have a constant flow of comments coming in. One stuck out to me that I want to make a video on is like, why do I not think that Nintendo will collab with Disney? Oh my god, I could go off on that. Oh my god.
That could
so
be
I
a
have
podcast.
like an idea for a video. I can make it like a 10-minute video, but I could basically just be like, why Nintendo will, and then in quotations, most likely never collaborate with Fortnite because they're just too stingy with their own IPs. I get it. They only want to stick with what they know, like with Sonic and
Yeah.
all that other stuff. I get it, but huge missed out on the opportunity there. But I feel like I am expanding. 2 weeks ago, I started like actually starting to expand my stuff a bit. But you're right. I haven't been utilizing other platforms. Like I personally do not like TikTok all that much. I know you're streaming on there, so apologies to everyone on there. But you know me, my content's longer form for commentaries and stuff like that. Like I just enjoy the longer form content. So yeah, I don't know. I'm working on it. I'm expanding.
The way I look at short form content is that it's a fantastic. I treat every one of those as like a commercial, right? It's a great way for people to get a little snippet of your personality, and when they get addicted to that, then they check out your long form.
True.
That's like
I like where you're going with that. Yeah,
it's all about like it's, and I get where you're coming because I'll be honest, I hated TikTok. I used to, my boy Nate who got me on it. I'm like, bro, the maps for kids. It's so stupid. I'll never do it. It's trash. And here I am, 300,000 followers on TikTok. Like, I got a bigger following on TikTok than I do on YouTube. It's just like, okay,
there you go.
I see the benefit of it. And then of course, when you really get momentum, you can double dip from your TikToks and make them YouTube shorts. So now you've got one piece of content that's applicable on two different platforms. So
right.
It's. I know I can see that you are in a transition phase, and I think that that's very exciting. I'm very curious.
Literally 2 weeks ago, really started it. Yeah.
Nice. So let me ask you this question: do you have any plans, like for like moving forward? Like where do you want your channel to be within the next year? Like what do you want to do with your channel?
I want to continue with the commentaries again. That's my favorite content. Streaming on YouTube is mad easy. I mean, I literally just stare at the shop. I don't even have to play the game. Like it's piss easy just to stream on YouTube, and it's I'm not doing anything crazy interesting anyway. So I'm like, all right, I guess we just do that. But I want to continue the commentaries again. A lot of people have mentioned ideas. Hey, where are the podcasts? Might bring the podcast back, even though I don't have a ton of things to talk about on the podcast because usually it's a solo form,
right? And
I have to talk for 90 minutes about Fortnite, and it's like I could do that, but how many times can I necessarily do that? I had a partner in crime I wanted to do that with Pizzo, but Pizzo. So off tangent, but Pizzo is one of my main inspirations for getting into this Fortnite channel. It's all thanks to Pizzo. If you don't know who he is, combo maker before you buy on the Fortnite cosmetics, like. The dude's a legend in my books. I love that man. He's inspired me so much to just do what I do because he's also a very real content creator, not overly exaggerated. But no, I absolutely love that man. He now has a girlfriend with a few kids. He wants to get into photography, so he's going back to college for that. He's living his life, man, and I'm so happy for him. But yeah, real dude there, real dude. And he's transforming his thing with stuff like that. And for me, it's like, I want to just kind of get back into my swing of things with content, but I feel like with the account disabling, it really slowed everything down.
Yeah.
Because that account was my channel, essentially. It wasn't exactly, but like it's what made my channel what it is now.
I wanted to ask you about that too, because like I know you talked at length about it on multiple videos and stuff. But what I wanted to know is how did you push through the burnout that you felt after that happened to you? Like how did you get past that hurdle?
I might have some form of ADHD, and I was just like, one day I was just like, let's clean up my room a bit because my office is in my room.
The Jordan Peterson method.
yeah. I don't know if you relate to this, but a clean room.
Oh my God, yes.
Really helps with your mind, right? Like it really helps you just like think like a lot clearer.
Right. Being
in a room where it's like when you're in that state of like there's something you need to do, but you're putting it off and you're wanting to do YouTube. You don't want to work on YouTube because you feel guilty that, oh God, I should probably take out the trash, or oh gee, I should probably vacuum the room up and clean it up a bit. You have that like sense of, I'm not like when you were a kid, you played the video games too long, you're like, oh, I feel kind of bad that I'm doing this, but at the same time it's like, well, it's here and I'm gonna do it. I can do it.
Right.
I guess there were like Trello. Trello helped me out a lot. I don't know if you know what Trello is.
No. Was that an app of some kind?
I'm gonna send you a link of it on Discord.
Okay.
This is my personal Trello. It's a good way for you to organize things. So for me, I don't care if you show this on stream either, but I have like my information. So I have like all my social media. This is open to the public as well, by the way. So everyone can actually just check this out if they would like to. My information, my social medias, what's been up. This was made back in September when I was saying that I got addicted to RuneScape again. Current like plans with my content. I have a section for watching videos unlisted before they go out live. And then I have like my videos like, oh, when's Travis Scott coming back? Will Eminem ever come to Fortnite? The FNCS cosmetics this season were horrible. Those were bad. And then I have ideas here. I have ideas right here. There's reskins versus remakes because there's a distinction there. Not a fan of short content. I don't know if that's ever going to be made into a video. We need better customization. Fortnite Marketplace. Xbox prevented from making Game Pass exclusive skins because there was a thing that came out with Sony where they wanted the rights to just be able to do all that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I literally use this for my content. I used to, but this helped me organize my thoughts, and I could put like my thumbnails, and people could see in real time what I was working on. And I thought that was really good.
This is neat. I'm going to use this. This is amazing.
I'd recommend it. You can make your own tabs, type out whatever you want, and then like just organize it that way. Because as someone that doesn't keep everything in their head all the time, as soon as I have an idea, I write that shit down on like Notepad, and then I transfer it to the ideas, move it into production, make the thumbnail, record the audio. Recording the audio is always the hardest part for me, is recording the audio. But then throwing that into Sony Vegas and then making the thumbnail, usually pretty simple. But yeah, that's what helped me with it.
That's neat. Thank you, bro. I'm gonna use that. Chat, I recommend y'all to use that as well if you're planning on doing content creation. That's an incredibly useful tool.
And you can make it private too. It does not have to be a public thing. You can absolutely make it private. So if you don't want anyone to see it, you can private it.
Right. I think that's
just a really good organization tool.
I think that's neat how you have it public for your audience to be able to see kind of really lays out your thought process, how you go about creating your content. But here's another thing. We're getting down to the last few questions that I had, but I really wanted to pick your brain when it came to kind of the mechanics of the Fortnite item shop, and kind of just like Epic in general. I know that you've I don't want to say you have major collaborations with Epic, but you've talked to some people that obviously have worked there, and you have relationships with people at Epic Games to some extent, I believe.
Yeah, a little bit.
You are what I would consider probably the foremost. You're an authority, in my opinion, on Fortnite skins and and culture around Fortnite skins. I don't believe that there's a single content creator that knows more about Fortnite skins than you do. What I want to know is, first of all, let's start off with something a bit more lighthearted. Do you think that from time to time, do you think Epic trolls the Fortnite community with their item shops? Like, for example, how we were getting all those emotes back in the game that had been gone for so long. Like, do you think like Epic like intentionally trolls the Fortnite community just to mess with us from time to time?
So with that, I think that was someone trolling Epic doing that. I think someone on Epic's team was putting stuff in the shop by accident.
Really?
And then they took it out of the yeah. I think it was some ops in the on the Epic team that was just like, hey, let's throw this in the shop for like 20 minutes and then it gets taken away.
So each one of those were only in the shop for 20 minutes, because it was like a different emo each day,
like
right?
15. I think one was like an hour and one of them was like 30 minutes.
That's crazy. So so is there like just a dedicated team? Whoop, throw my pen. Is there just like a dedicated team that just works on the item shop and just updates that daily?
Yep. It's not they plan their shops in advance by like a week or two.
Really?
And it's a team of people. Yep, it's a team of people. It's not one person. And they make their item shops based off of data. It makes total sense. Why Red Knight is in the shop every month? Why? Because people keep buying it. And so long as people keep buying cosmetics, they'll keep putting it in the shop. And then every once in a while, their daily is their most experimental section. Like, for example, if I take a look at the shop right now, in their daily, what do we have here? We have so we have Clash, Maverick. Clash isn't a part of a set, but Maverick is. He has that one female counterpart. But you see that they put him in the daily and not with the I think her name was Shade or something like that.
Right.
Why they didn't do that? It's because they're just trying to get a good grip on like what people are actually interested in buying, right? Like Disco Brawl. This tells me they acknowledge that Funk Ops still exists. They won't bring him back for some whatever reason. I love Funk Ops so much. It's probably like one of the best skins in the game. But with them having a daily feel pretty random, like I won't lie, the daily does feel mostly experimental. They kind of gathered their ideas off of that to an extent. I like to think. I don't know all this. I'm just guessing. I know it's a team of people. I know they plan their shops in advance, but like their thought process, the way I kind of see it is they just see what people buy. And the thing that my audience doesn't seem to understand, right, is that majority of the times the shops have to be boring. The shops have to cater to the people that spend money on skins, right? So for example, with the shop today, we have Alien in the shop right now. Why? That's a little bit more complicated because that's a collaboration. Fortnite has to get the okay from the collaboration in order for the collaboration to come back. Again, people think that, oh, they could just bring out Kratos. They could just bring out Travis Scott because they're in the game files. Why can't they just do that? It's a partnership. They have to get the okay from Santa Monica for Kratos, and they have to get the okay from Travis Scott's legal team or their label, whichever, to bring the stuff back. It's not a matter of they can do it, lol. I mean, they could do it if they wanted to. Again, they've put out stuff in the shop by accident before. But that's just kind of how it is with that. And they get the okay. All right, well, people love collabs because that's like the biggest thing with Fortnite now is the collaborations. Let's bring back Alien on Friday the 13th, whatever.
Right.
That's just everything is basically off of metrics. And they also capitalize on rarity. Abso-freaking-lutely, they capitalize on rare stuff. I talked about how people shouldn't get upset about rare stuff coming back because people still legit get upset about it. But they market that. They absolutely market that, which is pretty insane. Because they have that vaulted a year or more section that they bring back every so often. And I get hyped for it. I'm like, oh man, the shop's gonna be banger then. If it's vaulted a year or more, even if I own the stuff, it's still cool to see that stuff come back.
Right.
So they actively admit, like, we don't bring back stuff on purpose to hype it up more. Literally, it's mind games.
See, here's the thing to me, right? Because one thing I do appreciate about how you look at this is from the business standpoint. That's huge. When understanding this kind of stuff, right? And like you said, like even my audience, like a lot of people get down on collabs, but I've told people, said, guys, the only reason why Epic is doing so many collabs is because clearly it's making them money, and also it's probably a great way to introduce new people into the game. For example, I had a theory, and I'll get your opinion on this. I think that when the Transformers: Rise of the Beast movie comes out this year, I think that we'll probably get Transformer skins in the game. That's my prediction, right? I could be wrong, but I do.
You're probably right. Dead Space collab this January because Dead Space is getting a remake in January. Travis Scott possibly coming back when his new Utopia album drops. Yeah, literally real life events can absolutely affect what comes to Fortnite. The El Chapulín, Colorado. It was like their 30th anniversary, 50th anniversary. Don't remember the number, but that was literally the reason. As something as small as that made them bring it back to the game. So, but here's the thing though. God of War Ragnarok, one of the big game of the year. No, not game of the year. That was Elden Ring. So close to game of the year. 4 awards at the Game Awards. They didn't bring back Kratos for its release of the game. They didn't bring it back for the Game Awards. None of that. So it's not always a 100% guarantee that something will come out brand new or come back because of real life events. But there is a connotation to where you could in theory say that, oh, because the new Avatar movie, obviously too late now, but the new Avatar movie, we might see Avatar skins in the game. It's possible. Dune, the movie came out, we got skins for it. It's good for promotion, and yeah.
I think the way I look at it, sometimes it comes down to the relationship that Epic has with the company that they're trying to collab with, right? So, like using the Transformers example, I know that Hasbro, who owns Transformers, they must have some decent relationship with
They do.
Epic. Well, I know they do because Hasbro makes all their action figures, right? But also, Fortnite has had G.I. Joe in the game, the Snake Eyes skin. So that's right. So that's like there's a connection there. Transformers: Rise of the Beast, the trailer that came out for it about a month ago is I think it's in the top 3 most viewed trailers of all time in terms of like how many views it got within the first 24 hours.
Oh,
I would find it yeah, you see what I'm saying? I would find it very difficult to believe that they're not going to capitalize on that. I'm also a huge ultra mega Transformer nerd. Behind me is like a whole collection of figures people see on the stream from time to time. But like, I know, so as a Transformers fan, I know that there are 7 main characters that are like pinnacles of like or like pop culture between like the Transformer sphere. So obviously Optimus, Megatron, Bumblebee, Starscream, Soundwave, Grimlock, and then Devastator, right? Those characters are known as in the Transformers community as the Legendary 7. Anytime Hasbro does a partnership with a third-party company that wants to use their IP when it comes to Transformers, they have to use normally the first like 4. They'll do a test run of whatever there is that they're trying to do, but normally it's got to be one of those 7, right? Now there are other characters that are popular that border on the outside of that, right? But I think like if we're gonna get like a Transformers collab, I'm thinking one, I would be cool if they went all out like they did for Dragon Ball. I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan as well, but it'd be nice if we got like maybe a little piece of Cybertron on the Fortnite island somewhere. But I think for skins, you're gonna obviously get Optimus. You're gonna get Optimus and Bumblebee for sure. And I'm thinking you're probably going to get Megatron and Starscream for the other 2. Like a lot of people are thinking like it's going to be, oh well, it's a Beast Wars movie. They're going to do like, yeah, Beast Wars was huge and it was definitely culturally significant. But G1, the original Transformers series, has such a huge impact in the pop culture sphere. If you see an Optimus Prime, even if you're not a Transformers fan, the average person knows who Optimus Prime is, right? The original G1 Optimus Prime. So but see, and this is, now let me add to the point that we both were talking about earlier, which is that like Epic uses these collaborations as a way to leverage new players. One of my best friends, right, my brother, told me, he's like, if they ever, because he's also a Transformers fan, how we got to become real good friends was he invited me to do voice acting for his Transformers series. He did a stop motion. Cool. Yeah, he did it back in high school. He did a stop motion series. But anyway, he said, bro, he's like, listen, if they ever bring Transformers to the game, to Fortnite, I'm jumping on. He's like, I will fucking play that game with you the moment. He's like, I will buy every skip. But you see that? That's how Epic is leveraging from a business standpoint. That's how they're leveraging these collabs, right? And I understand that
absolutely.
And let me get your perspective on this. I for a while was against so many collabs in the game, but it seems to me that that's Epic's new meta. Can you speak a little bit about your perspective on like collaborations in Fortnite?
Certainly. So I was selfish with it. I basically said any collab that didn't appeal to me, I didn't like it. Because it doesn't relate to me. Why would I give 2 shits about it? They started off small. We had NFL, we had Marshmallow, we had like John Wick. The John Wick collab was really cool back then because it even had like its own LTM and stuff. That was so cool. And then they started overdoing it with when we had Deadpool and Predator and all the chapter 2 season 4. Forget about it. Hated that season. Hated it. Hated it too. As someone that isn't a fan of Marvel that hard, I could care less about it. It was great for the kids and it was great for everyone that enjoys that stuff, and I understand that. But through my own selfish desires, I'm like, this doesn't appeal to me, so I don't care. And I just wasn't the biggest fan of it, right? With what they do with collabs now, it's obvious that it makes them money because, of course, if it wasn't making them money, then why would they keep doing it, right? It's because here's the big thing, right? Like, I'll give you a question. What's your favorite collab in the game right now?
Oh, my God, dude. Okay, listen. My favorite one that they've ever done, Terminator. I remember in chapter 1, I was telling my friends, dog, if they ever make a when the Reaper, the John Wick skin, the first one came out, right? I remember seeing that. I'm like, okay, they could do like a knockoff Terminator. They could have like a robot that's covered in like human flesh and like it could burn off and you could have different style. I was like, oh man, that'd be so cool, right? But when they actually brought Terminator to the game, that's probably my favorite ever. Love that one. So yeah.
Now take that feeling and then put that into any other collaboration in the game. My favorite one is John Cena. I've been watching the WWE since I was like fucking 8. Like I really like the WWE. John Cena was one of my favorite wrestlers back then. And when I heard that we were getting a John Cena skin, I flipped my shit. So if the collab pertains, if I like the collab, then imagine what other people think about collabs that I didn't really care for, right?
Right.
Like, imagine, like, let me look through my locker here because I have tons of collabs. I don't know, big Dune fans, right? If they saw these skins in the game, they would lose their shit over it. Do I think they're cool? I'd say like 5 out of 10, they're pretty cool, right? Same with like Attack on Titan. Same with Naruto, right? Same with Uncharted. I'm just going through my locker. Same with Rick and Morty. These fans of these like shows, they must like love this sort of stuff. You are not, you as the player, and Fortnite knows this, it's not always going to be for you. I've heard people say, "Oh, the skins in the shop are ass." That's fine. There's 1,600 other skins out there that you might like one of them.
Yeah.
Not every skin is supposed to be something that you love. They don't make the skins to think like, "Oh, well, iTalk is really into goth girls, so let's make every skin goth." That's not why they make skins.
You must be loving this season.
Oh yeah,
God.
I know that they have some goth girls working at Epic, and there might be some influence there. I love the people at Epic for doing that. It's really cool that they think it's a cool idea to do that. But again, I've seen people complain about that, like, oh, there's too many of the same kind of like style, and I get that. I don't want them to only do one style, right? But yeah, to get back on the point with like the collabs, as soon as they started making collabs for me, I was vibing with it. I'm like, you know what? Bring out whatever. I don't care. You put John Cena in the game. That's like something I never in a million years would have expected them to put in the game. So ever since they put John Cena, it clicked with me. I'm like, oh, now I get it. They're putting collabs in the game because other people like them, but maybe they're just not for me.
Right.
So I'm cool with them now. So long as they also add attention to the unique cosmetics, like more original stuff, because nowadays, let's be honest, we just get a whole bunch of reskins, right? For pre-existing skins. But at the same time, again, the game has over 1,600 skins, I think, at this point. They got to start running out of ideas for characters. So why not make a summertime version of Raz, which, by the way, top 10 skin from 2022. I absolutely love this skin because it reminds me a lot of Charlie's scene from Hollywood Undead with like the face mask. I love it. But yeah, no, it's not going to be for everyone. And are they selling out a bit? I don't know, but they're making money from it. So, I mean,
it's a business.
It's obviously working. It's a business.
The thing is, if people want Fortnite to do well, they want Fortnite to succeed. Fortnite has to make money, okay? Like, one thing I hate, I'll be honest, I hate the comment like, oh, Epic's just greedy. They're just trying to make money. Well, no shit. Yeah, of course they're trying to make money. Like, that's like, we can't have a video game. I want Epic to make money. We can't have a video game they don't make money. I will say this too. I also think that Epic they're very self-aware. Like, I think they understand that, okay, Fortnite is now becoming known as the game that has literally everybody in it, and I think they're leaning heavily on that now. They're starting to really, like, kind of lean into that wackiness. Like, the moment, I will say this, right? You know how, like, you said when John Cena came in the game for you? Like, that's what really hit you. I think for me, the collab that really did it for me was when Dragon Ball came in. When Dragon Ball came in, and I saw how much, because as much as I say I love Terminator, Dragon Ball is like Transformers, Dragon Ball, Terminator. Those are like top 3 nerd things I'm into in my entire life, right? Ever since I was a kid, loved all 3. Dragon Ball, when I could throw a Kamehameha, shout out to Dag, when I could throw a Kamehameha in a 3D shooter, right?
Yeah.
I was like, because I played Dragon Ball video games, right? I played Xenoverse, I played Fighters. I played the Budokai Tenkaichis. Like, I grew up playing Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball games, right? The fact that I can now be Goku and throw a Kamehameha in Fortnite, it blew my freaking mind. Well, let me say this. I'm so excited. I can't talk. It showed, that collab showed me 2 things. It showed me, one, Epic, there's a lot of potential with what Epic could do with collabs in game, right? But two, it also taught me, hey man, you see how you're so passionate about this? Well, that's how people are passionate about a lot of these Marvel collabs. Like one of my good friends on here, Miguel, shout out to Miguel. Miguel is a huge Marvel fan, so I know anytime the item shop is littered with Marvel stuff, he's just he just geeks out. Like we'll be in the squad, right, with me and a couple other people from the community. He'll be like, bro, let's be the Midnight Suns. I'm like, bet. So we'll put on like all the different scale. Like, okay, you'll be Ghost Rider and I'll be Blade, and then we'll get the other. Like, we'll get all the skins together. But Fortnite it's very unique. And let me ask you a question. When you were a kid, right? When you were real young, did you play when you were like, I'm saying maybe between like 4 years old to 8 years old? Did you like role play with other kids or your cousins like in the neighborhood or something, like playing games together? Like pretend.
We had, yeah, well, kind of actually. We had back in, so when I lived in Pennsylvania, I was like one of the oldest kids out of all the kids there. I lived there from like 10 to 17 years old, right? And we would play games at night. Like we used to play like Manhunt. Oh my God, the Manhunt games at night. Those were fun times. But also we've done like stuff where like we all played like baseball together. We also just like, we did our own quirky stuff. I used to record for one of the kids for like their skateboard montages and stuff like that. So yeah, like it's like, it's like it opens like up a core memory to see like something in Fortnite that you grew up with, right?
Right.
It's crazy because like these collabs are not, Zoom, like these are not Gen Z collabs. A majority of them are not. Again, Alien is like from what was that, from like the 80s?
Yeah.
And like this is not only made for the kids, it's made for adults too. Like they are very big when it comes to like expanding their horizons on these collabs. They're not only for current stuff.
It's the thing that sticks out to me is that like the reason I brought up the whole roleplay thing is when I was a kid, we used to, like my cousins and I, it's a really embarrassing memory, but we used to, like, my uncle's got footage of this somewhere too. We used to play Dragon Ball Z in the backyard. So we'd be either like, yeah, like trying pretending to power up and shoot like key blasts, like, me, right? Like we would be out there. And then the neighborhood kids, right? The neighborhood kids would do it too. Like one of my buddies that lived across the alleyway, he used to have like a huge collection of lightsabers. So anytime my cousins were over, his friends would come up, we'd all grab lightsabers. Like, okay, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're all going to pretend to be our favorite cartoon characters, all right? And we're all going to be in like, it was literally a battle royale, right? So we'd all have lightsabers. And so one kid would be Samurai Jack, another kid would be Goku, another kid would be Optimus Prime, another kid would be one of the Eds from Ed, Edd and Ed. Like, you would have all these kids pretending to be different characters, right? But here's the reason why I bring that up. If I was a kid growing up in this day and age, Fortnite would be the craziest video game on the entire planet to play, because now all my favorite, like some of my favorite cartoons and movies are like available to me to play as a role play with my other friends who also play Fortnite. And so we can pretend to go on these adventures together in this video game and just go ham. Like, bro, that Fortnite is such a unique game when it comes to like that aspect. I think that's why it's so like captivating and polarizing to so many people. And it's like you said, it's not just for kids, because you got to think like we've got. And that's a video I wanted to make, right? I want to talk to you about this real quick too. Like the idea of Fortnite being a kids game, and when you really think about it, it's really not. Like you've got stuff like Rick and Morty, Terminator, Alien. I mean, there's a ton of mature IPs within Fortnite that date back like over 30 or 40 years. So
absolutely,
to me, it's just like it's a game for people, honestly, of all ages. But even I would say like a lot of older people as well. What do you think about Fortnite in terms of like its age demographic?
Well, it's definitely leaned towards more of a kids game now, just because herdy-dur. It's like, oh, we like Fortnite. Yeah. But no, at the same time, again, like with my audience, majority apparently are like 18 to 24, and then 25 to 32 is like my age demographic. And I think with that, it's cool because, again, my content isn't necessarily made for children. Like you said before, I don't over exaggerate with my voice. I don't say crazy stuff to like get the kiddies all excited, because that's not what my content's about. It's just about discussion and conversation revolving around Fortnite, and mostly it's cosmetics. So yeah, I don't know. It doesn't it majority of people that play this game, I believe, are children, and that's fine. That's just going to be how it is. But no, this game is absolutely made for all ages, without a shadow of a doubt. And the introduction of no build really brought that home, because the thing that was keeping people away from playing this game was the fact that, oh, if you didn't practice in creative for 5 hours and know how to build like a beast, because of how weird the skill-based matchmaking is, there's no point in even playing the game.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get stomped into the ground. But with zero build, all you have to do is just aim and shoot. And if you can do that, like in every other Call of Duty, Battlefield, Overwatch sort of game, you'll be all right. And the gunplay in this game is really darn good. You were mentioning like with the collabs. I've had friends tell me that the Spider-Man mythic from season 3 or chapter 3, season 1 is better than like the swinging in other Spider-Man games.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, come play the game with us. Like, and he did. He's like, it was fun. And I'm like, yeah, dude, Fortnite is just, they're just insane with what they do with everything. Like, they are, like, again, it gets a lot of hate. I understand it. They get a lot, oh, it's only a kids game. It's so much bigger than that, though. It's so much bigger than that.
True. One other thing I wanted to ask you, and this is going on the business side of Fortnite again. I wanted to know, so when it comes to things like icon skins, right? Do you know how do I phrase this question? How does the revenue work for collaborations when it comes to icon skins using someone's like image? So like, let's say Cypher, right? Does he get a percentage of the profits made from the icon skin anytime it's in the item shop? How does that work?
So I think it's different for many cases, but yes, you can put into words that yes, if Fortnite is using a collaboration, the collaboration is going to make money back. That's just a part of the deal. Right. If they didn't take money, I'd be like, wait, what? Like, that's normal. They have to get money back because they're putting their own brand into the game. Stuff with like locker bundles as well. You're using the person's name. I do believe they get a cut if you use their code a bit. Like, if you use their code, I think they do get like, what is it, 5% for I think it's like 10% or something like that, because you're using their name, right? You're using their name, you're using their likeness. If you buy stuff in the game, that's why they always emphasize like, oh, if you buy Cypher skin, use code CypherPK, because I think he gets a better cut from it.
That makes sense.
And I always recommend everyone do that. I always recommend people just using people's codes that are linked to whatever, whether it's a locker bundle or it's a skin, because I'd rather them give them 10 or 15%. I don't know the exact number. I'd rather them give more money to them than giving me 5%. I'd rather you go and give someone the 10 to 15% if they have a skin or a locker bundle in the game. That's kind of the way I see it. And that's just common knowledge, because I mean, we know about this with skins too. Fortnite buys their skins for like $2,500 to get put into the game, because we know that through the contests, right? And yeah, I think that's how you're using their likeness. You sign a contract. They gotta give you some cut.
Would you?
It's kind of the way I see it.
What's the chances of us getting an iTalk Fortnite locker bundle or iTalk locker bundle within Fortnite?
So I don't know. I've gotten that question a lot, because everyone's like, "Oh, you should definitely get one. You've been covering the shop for 4 years. You deserve it. Whatever." I feel like I would have had one already if I didn't get my account disabled. Now, I'll be straight up. The people I work with Fortnite, they still send me stuff. Like, I still get cosmetics early. They still send me care packages. I got one for Christmas. It was very nice. It was like a nice little blanket and a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
It was very nice. So they like me. They don't dislike me. When I got my account banned, I talked to, believe it or not, I know the guy that contacts people for locker bundles. I actually know the guy. I'm like, not friends, but like I talk to him kind of often. So I know the guy. I'm not gonna ask him for it, because I think I feel like I want to deserve it and earn it before I'm not gonna ask for it. But what happened was, when the account got disabled, he came to me, said, hey, the creator team is wondering, like, do you plan on sticking with Fortnite? Because we would still love to have you on board. We appreciate what you do for it. I'm not going to say the exact DM because I don't want to, give out too much. But he's like, they were worried that I was going to stop covering Fortnite because, listen, when you put 50 grand into an account and then just have it go away, I'm sorry, but a lot of people are going to say, see ya, and split. That's just how it is. But for me, it's like, I was too dedicated to the game to 100% quit. And let's be honest, I've seen people get their accounts back anyway. Maybe there's a possibility I get it back someday. Well, I don't know.
The interesting on that point, how familiar are you with the lawsuits that came up recently with Epic?
The FTC thing. I know of it. Does that mean I'm getting my 30 to 50 grand back? I don't know.
I would imagine.
Asked me that.
I would imagine, because see, the thing is, I don't know if you would qualify for that, but at the same time, you were one of the first people that I thought of when I was reading all the details about it, because it seems like one of the qualifiers was anyone who anyone who had purchased cosmetics within the last from anywhere between 2018 to present, who had their accounts taken away by Epic. I forgot for this. There was like some specification as to why, but one of the stipulations was people who had accounts that were removed, that were taken away. Because I know that Epic was. I'm thinking back. Epic removed some people's accounts because they were disputing charges with their credit card companies because Epic wouldn't refund them the money if their kid accidentally bought something.
I wasn't doing anything like that.
Right, but at the same time, I'm wondering if it's just like, they wouldn't just give you if they're gonna, because it hasn't happened yet, but there is supposed to be, and there's going to be, according to the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, there is going to be a massive refunding and unbanning of accounts. So I'm wondering, I'm praying.
I didn't hear about the unbanning part. Wait, what?
Well, actually, wait, hang on. I'm sorry, I misspoke. I have to double check. I'm not sure about
Are you telling? There's a chance, Clark.
I'm praying. Actually, I think it's more so a refund. At the very least, I think they should give you some of your fucking money back. That's ridiculous. It's always seemed crazy to me. I said this in a video talking about this right when it happened, but it always seemed crazy to me that you can put how you said you spent $50,000. On Fortnite,
30 to 50, maybe. I don't know the exact number, but I had every exclusive.
Homie, I saw your account. You literally had everything in the game. That's
besides Aerial, Assault Trooper, Renegade Raider, and Indigo Kuno. Literally everything else.
That's so crazy. But it's just like, you can spend so much money on the game, and then they just rip it away from you because of one mistake. It wasn't like,
I wish they just took those cosmetics away. Like, I have video evidence. I'm planning to talk with someone at Epic about this, head of security possibly. I don't know when, because I don't want him to ban this account now. Right. Even though this account's totally under my name and everything, this is totally me. But I don't want him to get mad at me. But I have legitimate video evidence of the account merge happening. I recorded it. I was with Pizzo in a lobby back in Chapter 1, Season 8, and it showed everything I got. The Season 2 stuff. Some of the Season 3 stuff I never earned. I didn't earn Elite Agent. I didn't get the Reaper skin. I stopped at Dark Vanguard or Dark Voyager, whichever one. Then I didn't have any of the Season 2 stuff. I have legitimate evidence that I got all that stuff merged. If there was a way I could get my account back and they just unmerged those cosmetics, that'd be cool. But the thing is that if I get my account unbanned, I would like for them to just put all those cosmetics either on this account or put all the cosmetics on this account onto that one. Right. Because the reason why I was so devastated about the account was because I was collecting everything. I had everything in the game, and I want to keep that collection going. And having them now have them as two separate accounts, because again, the account isn't banned. It's disabled. It's still accessible. Right? So because of that, I'm like, well, if you could just maybe do this for me. I mean, if they even want money for it, listen, I'll pay money if you can merge those two accounts with this one. I support the game a lot. I love the game. If they were to let me do that, that'd be great. I wouldn't even take money from the FTC thing if they just let me do that. That account means more to me than just money. It does.
Well, there's history.
Yeah, it's history. It's my thumbnails were so easy to make because I just had every emote, throw an emote, have a character do an emote, put it in front of a green screen, crop it out, boom. It's hard for me to do that now because I don't have every emote anymore. So, yeah, I don't know.
Last thing I wanted to ask you about, this one's more of a personal thing for me. I participated in Emote Royale 2022. Okay. Where the hell? Why is Epic dragging their feet so long with announcing the damn winner of the Emote Royale? You think they forgot? Just straight up?
Yeah.
Damn, bro. Damn.
I'm gonna give you some exclusive information. I'm not gonna specify what it is though, like exactly.
Okay.
I have someone I know who is, it's a possible collaboration with Fortnite. Okay. And he's been trying to get into the game for like a year to 2 years. Okay. And Fortnite just takes their time with things. It literally could have happened like a year or two ago, but it never happened.
Right.
Because of semantics. So the way it is that they are not a robot. They are a bunch of people working on this game, and they have all these contests, like the tattoo contest that took forever for them to announce, the stuff like that. Sometimes they just forget, and sometimes they just don't have an answer, so they just won't say anything about it. So yeah. I get the frustration. The way I see it though is that they are human. I don't expect them to get everything right. I don't expect them to get every date correct and like announce things and then deliver on their promises. I expect there to be some lag there. So yeah, the Emo Royale thing, I think they just forgot.
Damn. That's I put so much effort into my submission. It was so cool too. It was like a duo partner emo. Like I started dancing and then I passed it to my homie and then like he started dancing. Like then we did something in sync and it was so fresh. I just want them to look. Even if I lose, I probably won't win it. Right? A lot of people were telling me like, dog, if you were one of the people that was gonna win, they probably would have contacted you by now. But
that's what I'm. Yeah, they probably would have contacted you, but they haven't made it official yet because it's not in the game yet. But
it's been like damn near 8 months, I think. Do you think that they would have contacted if they forgot about it? You think they would have reached out to anybody like the winners already?
I could see them contacting the dude and then just forgetting to implement the actual emote. Because here's the thing. Like, I don't want to call Fortnite incompetent, right? But in the shop right now, we have the Voracious Velocity Pack, and then we have the Hannah pack, right? Hannah was supposed to come out with a music pack and a loading screen and a bundle. They have not put that in the game because they forgot to decrypt the spray and the music pack. And so by default, the pack is not in the shop.
I see.
And again, I'm not trying to call them incompetent, but what I am trying to say is that they forget things and they don't do it. I literally contacted one of my contacts. I literally said, "Hey, yeah, people can't buy the bundle because I told them to forward this. Can you like let Fortnite know that like they need to I don't know. Can you like let them know that like, hey, fix the shop, please?" But I didn't get any response. So I don't know. It's just forgetfulness, and they're not a flawless company. They're gonna make mistakes. They're not gonna remember to put things like, unless you watch content on YouTube, people might not have ever known that there was a bundle that was supposed to be with her, but there is. When I got my cosmetics granted to me for the skins early, like 2 weeks ago, never got the loading screen, never got the music pack. And I'm thinking like, what the fuck? Like, and also we got a skin called Rift Warden, which comes out on the 18th. It's still encrypted or it's not even in the files. Right. No word on that. I told him, hey, it's either like, what's up with this? No response.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I literally don't know. Oh, by the way, really random. So excited. This Tuesday we got an update.
Right? I know.
Finally. Like, dude. It's been a month since like, the last in-game update. I want to see new League cosmetics, man. I want to see all of that.
How do you feel about the state of the game right now? Just like in general, like where Fortnite's at.
This chapter is super fun. The gunplay feels great. The map, gorgeous. The graphics, holy shit. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
can't say more about that. But holy fuck, is the game glitchy?
Yeah.
I don't even want to play the game
Damn.
because of the glitches. I don't. I'm playing Stardew Valley. I have my own farm. I'm tending to crops. I just bought some ducks for my farm. I got some chickens. Right?
iTalk's playing Farm Simulator, chat. Oh, good lord.
Have you not played Stardew Valley? That game is
No.
god tier, dude.
All
Oh
right,
my! I'll gift it to you on Steam. It is so fun.
Okay, bro.
You
Is it multiplayer or is it just like a single player? Like,
it is multiplayer. It is multiplayer.
Can we play sometime? Can you teach me how to
If you want,
farm crops?
if you're interested in like have you ever played like Terraria or Minecraft before?
I'm sorry, did you ask me if I play? Of course I played Minecraft. Yes.
Okay.
W.
It's kind of like that, except it's like 2D.
Okay.
You make your own farm and stuff. It's great.
I'll give it a shot. We might make some funny content out of it. I think that'd be good. That'd be good.
I have some gameplay of it on my Let's Play channel. If you want to just see what it looks like, if you're interested, I'll gift it to you. Because I don't want to gift it to you if you don't think it's interesting. Because like don't play it because of me. Play it because like, oh yeah, it looks interesting.
I don't want you to feel like you need to give me anything anyway. I'll look at it and see. I might cop it and buy it and see if it's dope. But I mean, but what? Let me ask you real quick. What outside of Fortnite? What else do you play?
So let me check my Steam. I play Overwatch 2. Not a fan of this season personally. Roadhog is still overpowered, so I don't feel like playing the game.
Right.
And also my MMR is screwed up. I got top 500 in a specific competitive mode, and because of that, they put me up against like grandmasters, and I'm like, dude, I'm a diamond at most. And so every lobby of mine is super sweaty, and then everyone gets mad at me because I'm not performing well. I'm like, dude, I'm a plat DPS. What do you want me to do? Stardew Valley. I play Black Ops 3 Custom Zombies. Play a little bit of Road Company, very little of it. The game isn't very good.
Quick. Yeah.
Yeah. VR Chat is one of my main games right now. I have over 930 hours in that game.
Whoa. Okay.
Have you ever played VR Chat before?
No, but my chat has told me to stay away from it because of all the craziness. On that might be a Twitch only exclusive stream if I
not even, bro. That's a you don't stream that exclusive, bro.
Really?
Oh, dude.
OnlyFans chat. Yeah. This if I can stream on OnlyFans.
There is dick. There is tits. There is the worst things you could ever hear in that game. It's Lord. Basically Twitter if there was no such thing as cancel culture.
Holy shit.
People like I went into one of the worlds and I was getting roasted for nothing, and they were like calling me like a limp dick, F slur, and like I didn't even say a word to them. I was just chilling in there. I joined like 1 minute in, and that was a Friday night. Friday night, Saturday nights. Oh, it's usually nuts in there.
Yeah.
You just have to have a backbone if you play the game, but definitely do not stream it. If you stream it, I've streamed it on my channel where I'm in a private world, no one else can join, and it's just me in my own world. Mm-hmm. That's what I do for my streams.
Yeah, like last night, when I jumped in for a second. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, that was VR. That was VR chat.
Yeah.
And it's super like if you actually like find a good world for it, and like you meet people that are chill and stuff, it's a fun time. You know. I get recognized a lot in that game too, because people are like, "Oh wait, I know that voice."
That's iTalk.
yeah, and it's like, oh no, because I don't have in my description saying, "Hey, YouTuber" or anything like that.
Right.
I think it just says like, "Show love, no hate" or something like that. Right. One of those things.
Love and peace or something. Peace and love.
Yeah, like peace and love.
Your new motto you've been spouting out.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
I live by that motto, bro. Ever since I found that. Voice clip. I love that. I love that audio.
Nice. We pretty much covered damn near everything I had. I don't want to keep you forever. I know you got an item shop video that you have to do later. I did want to maybe
it's like 3 hours.
Right. I did want to maybe run we normally at the end of the stream we run a creative match or two. I didn't know if you still had time for that or not. If not, we could end it. Okay. So we chat what we can do. Actually, you know what we'll do? We can run on the Terminator map. We can show iTalk that, get his opinion on it. He can roast us. Be like, hey,
did you make it?
My community and I did. So I have a team of small children that I use for child labor that make maps for me, and I and I exploit them for profit. No, I'm just joking.
Gotcha.
No, right. I have a very awesome. My community is amazing. They actually got me, are the ones that got me to into a creative Fortnite, but my boy Shadow was the one who kind of spearheaded that project with me. He actually created the first really popular Fortnite backrooms map. There have been, of course, a bunch of others, but even before like Mustard Plays and a lot of the other guys got on, he made like the first like real popular one. He started the trend for it on TikTok and everything. But he's the one who, along with a few other members of my community, Lunch, Project Resurrection, Dora, Trickster, a few guys in there, they all like pitched in and helped make this Terminator map. Took us like 6 months to kind of like really hone it, and then for like we've been working on it for like the last year. Shadow and I have just trying to refine it, but it's kind of a staple of our community. We really love it, so it's
I'll check it out.
But yeah, it's a good community building game. It's fun to play with chat. We've got 4 main maps, but it's one that's that like everyone. This is everybody's favorite one. So I'll get the Trickster. Put the island code up, chat. Make sure you're on NA West if you want to jump in around with me and I talk on Judgment Day. Should be fun. But to close out this podcast, I want to ask you one last thing. Or I want just can you give some words of encouragement, or just for anyone out there listening to our voices right now, can you tell them give them some words of encouragement if they're looking to be a content creator, if they're looking to be like you and make Fortnite content? Can you give them some words of advice or words of encouragement on what to do to start their journey in this?
Be yourself. Make content people actively are looking for. Obviously, don't make like a Let's Play on Airbud Goes Hollywood, because no one's looking for that right now, Make content people are actively looking for. Make sure you want to actually do it too. Don't only do it for money. Do it because you want to entertain others. I grew up as a theater kid, believe it or not. I actually got paid to do a gig for like a play when I was still in PA, and I loved entertaining people. Like, I've always wanted to do this. I've always wanted to just like, even if it's something as simple as a commentary, if it gives someone something to listen to in the background while they're playing Fortnite, because that's one of my favorite things people tell me is like, oh, I listen to you when I'm playing Fortnite. It means the world. And honestly, I'm grateful I get to do this. Just be yourself, and that's the way I see it.
Very nice.
You're always going to start out small. Just don't only do it for the fame. Don't only do it for the views. Do it because you actually have a passion for it.
I think that is fantastic advice. This was a fantastic first solo spotlight interview. I want to thank you so much for being on the first episode of this. In chat, can we please throw some fried chicken in the chat for our boy iTalk? I'm going to throw the round of applause on. He can't hear it, but y'all will be able to on stream. iTalk, this has been amazing, bro. Thank you for giving me the privilege and the opportunity to be able to interview you. This is fun, man. I love this. This is awesome. You are incredible, my friend. Amazing. Throw it up, chat. Get the chicken out there. Get the chicken in the chat for our boy iTalk, man.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I knew getting into this, I'm like, this is going to be a good time. I could tell with how you are on like with the JoJo interview. I'm like, I need to be on this. Like, I could tell that you'd be a good interview, and you were. Like, I was like, oh, he's actually like, it was great. I did thoroughly enjoy this. I really did.
Good, man. I'm glad. It's I was really excited. I was trying to figure out, because like when we first played, I had been wanting to contact you for a while, and I remember trying to reach out to you. I'm like, fuck, every way of DMing him is just not, it's just not possible. Like, I couldn't get to you on Twitter, or I tried Discord. I'm like, damn. So I just kind of left it alone. And I thought about, asking JoJo about it, but I didn't want to, I didn't want JoJo to think I was trying to use him to get to you or anything.
Yeah.
But like when he's like, yeah, I guess we're playing with iTalk today. I'm like, wait, the iTalk Fortnite? He's like, yeah, unfortunately. I'm like, what
a bastard!
Like, damn,
fuck that guy.
I hate him. Jeez,
JoJo is such a piece of shit.
I know, right? JoJo, trash. Imagine.
That was the perfect opportunity right there, though. And he told me, and I'm like, I know. Yeah, Clark. Yeah, you did that. You did that podcast with him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I was excited for it. I'm like, yeah, new people, sure.
JoJo was it was a blessing to meet him. JoJo. I first saw him on TikTok, and then we started following each other on Twitch. He used to raid me all the time on Twitch. And then I remember when I was telling you how I looked at your channel for ideas for content. One of the ideas I had was to start a podcast, because at the time I wasn't aware of any other Fortnite podcasts out there. So I was just like, what I said, I want to do a podcast, but who would I get on? So I knew Dagwummy from, I'd only talked to him on TikTok. And then JoJo, and I'm like, they're both very interesting, very entertaining people. I'm like, why don't I get them on? We just, like, at the end of every season, we just talk about, like, the Fortnite season. So I was like, yeah, that's, you know, it's just something that was really cool. But I definitely want to have you on for the next episode for that. I've been looking. I always like having a fourth person on for those, and I do it for the Fortnite theory streams, but I want to do it for you know, like just talking about the season overall towards the end of the season. So it'd be cool to have you back on for that if you're free. So
yeah.
Cool. But anyway, all right, chat. So listen, here's the deal. All right, you will have the opportunity to be in a round of Fortnite with the iTalk69 here. Okay, we're gonna be playing on the Judgment Day map. If you're new here, you don't know, Judgment Day is a PvP Terminator based map. Okay, there's one objective split between two teams. You have your humans and you have your Terminators. All right, the bomb, there's a bomb that has to be armed and detonated in order to win the game. It takes 30 seconds to arm the bomb, 10 seconds to arm the bomb, 30 seconds for the bomb to go off, and you have the ability to disarm the bomb. You have 5 minutes to do it. If you do not complete your objective by the end of 5 minutes, it will switch to the enemy's base. So basically, it's an attack-defend kind of game. One team is supposed to attack, the other team defends. You go back and forth doing that, all right? Okay. Recommend, if you've got your Terminator skin, go ahead, throw that bad boy on. Recommend it. Or if you've got some kind of army guy, you can go ahead and throw that on. And if you want to change your skin depending on which team you're on, there's different, what do you call them? There's, God, my brain's not working. There's phone booths. Changing booths around the map as well. You want to switch it up. So, but that's the general premise of the game. So it's a fun map. This is the one that, like, everybody in my community, they always beg. They're like, Clark, we're gonna do. Hey, play Judgment Day. Clark, can we play Judgment Day again, please? It's like, yes, okay, fine. Judgment Day. Here's the deal. Make sure you're on NA West. Don't ready up until, of course, I tell y'all to, because I don't want y'all to start the game yet. But NA West will guarantee that you get in our lobby. Where is it? Let me go to my library. How much do you do anything really with creative?
I do have some maps. They're all outdated though. I need to get one of my homies to, like, help fix up the maps, because, like, creative is so much. I love the thumbnail. I love that.
Thanks, bro.
There's so many. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many things with creative that they change that, like, they need to update that so bad. So I'm gonna probably pay some people to just, like, go through my maps, fix them for me, and I'm like, okay, thanks.
I got a couple. If you want, I got a couple of guys that are really good. With that, they specialize in that kind of thing. So
okay.
Anyway,
you doing anything with 2.0? You think?
Say that again.
You planning on to do anything with Creative 2.0 when that
yes,
drops?
All my maps I would love to update them. Actually, real quick, fun fact: one of the maps that I made was based on a map you played in one of your videos.
Oh, what was it?
It was you were playing on some kind of fall map, which it was like two teams and everybody was like going back. It was like in a city. It was like a bunch of trees everywhere, fall time theme, and you were just shooting people. It was basically like a zero builds shooter kind of a thing, just running around the map. It was.
I think it was like Allier's map or something.
It might have been. I don't know. I don't know. I could pull the video up and show you sometime, but I made a map.
For sure.
I made a map based on that. We made ours better, of course, because at Clark Enterprises, this is the what we do here. Anyway, chat, join up now. If you're gonna jump in, now's the time to jump in. Make sure the island code is in. NA West, jump into the game.
Where my flex combo?
Bro, chat, come on, only 3 people. Literally, there's 42 of y'all still here. Okay, real quick, we were averaging like 69 people for like a long time.
Nice.
I feel like it was a sign.
That's my name.
Yeah, I know, right? I feel like it was intentional.
No, because I talk 69. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Real fact.
Great.
You joined a different lobby. Wait, what? Nani? Hold on, we might have to.
No, we're good. There we go.
Now people, yeah. Hey, guys, you join a different lobby, back out, and then jump in. If you're on TikTok watching this, you can go over to YouTube or Twitch. The island code is pasted. You can join mid-game, just as a heads up. Let's try to get at least 15 or so people in here. Everybody jump on. We got 7, 8. You can have a good game with 8. 9, W. Oh. I think you're gonna have fun on this one. Hopefully, we end up on the same.
I'm sure I will. I want to get back into creative so bad because now that I have like an audience on YouTube, I have like a sniper free-for-all map that's super fun to play. Like I've got so many maps that I want to do that I have to I'll have to figure it out.
Yeah.
End game by arming, detonating enemy bomb at 5 minutes before switching sides of bomb. Give me the armor. There's it. Okay, good. Ooh, all right. Ooh, all right. The weapons, Terminator bomb active for the next 5 minutes.
So listen, my team is the Terminator team right now. Okay, so our job, we have to defend our base. The enemy team should be pushing us. I'm assuming.
Okay. Oh wait, coins, mine.
Now here's the deal. I would recommend if you want. We have motorcycles, coins, tanks, helicopters, all that good stuff.
This is neat.
Yeah, bro. Launch pads to get around the map quicker. You.
Jeez. Grenade launcher. I'm only used to the one turret. I'm not used to the grenade launcher one.
Go crazy. Go explore a little bit, man. It's all right. You know, if we get attacked.
This is a huge map, man. My God.
Yes. I can't take credit for really the build per se, but I definitely. I helped coordinate the set design just to keep everybody.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah, because I was the Terminator fan, so I'm like, no, the sky. I will say this. I did make the sky. I just want to point that out. I did the whole. It's very accurate to the movies. All right, that's my thing. All right, Shadow did pretty much everything else, and then Resurrection made the human base. So, but yeah, the gold coins are used to basically upgrade your guns on the map.
Okay.
There's actually inside our Terminator base. There's actually a basement where there's an armory. You unlock the armory by getting the key. Key is actually unlocked by getting like 999 coins, something like that. So, it's a lot of stuff.
Okay.
It's like I wanted to basically make a PvP Terminator game because we've never really had one. So like I was like, if I were to make my own Terminator video game, an online video game, how would it be? So.
Yes, that piece is really good.
Thanks, bro. Chat, what are y'all doing, bro? Why are you not attacking us? Come on, get it together.
Oh wait, there's some.
Are there? Okay. There's not attacking. Oh, you guys are chat. Y'all are really bad.
Wait, can I stand up? Oh, I think I can. I can.
Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, as a Terminator, you don't take fall damage. Just a heads up.
Oh, that's great.
As a human, you do.
Ankles of steel.
All right, I'm tired of.
God, you're bringing me back with the the alien guns from Chapter 7. That season was so gosh darn good.
That was one of my favorite seasons. That's when I started making content, actually, right around that time. That was my.
It's a good time because that was I call it one of my things is like calling things god tier. That was a god tier season.
Yeah, that's one of the questions I didn't ask you. Like, I wanted to know like what your favorite Fortnite seasons were, and what in your opinion was peak Fortnite.
Chapter 1 season 3 was peak Fortnite. Best season probably. I don't want to say Chapter 2 season 7, but goddamn, that season was so good.
It really was. There was so much added to the game.
The UFOs were a bit strong, but then they nerfed it, and I'm like, okay, it's actually better now. So yeah, boom.
I always thought Chapter 1, season 6 through 8, in my opinion, that was peak Fortnite. Like when the siphon was added.
Yeah, and then they removed it, and everyone got mad.
Yeah.
I will watch my older videos, like my old videos, and I'll be like, oh my god, yeah, the siphon. I forgot about the siphon thing, and then there's so many other topics I forgot I talked about. And it's just it's crazy to go back to. Yeah, that again, that one dude that said, "Oh, you started too late." I'm like, I look back at it now. I'm like, hell no, I didn't start too late. Yeah, I didn't play it I didn't start posting it exactly the peak, but I don't know, it's still pretty peakish. Chapter 1 season 5 I started. I'm like, yeah, that's not really that late.
That was right before. Honestly, I think, in my opinion, peak Fortnite always seemed to be Chapter 1 season 6 through 8. That was when the game was. It had the best loot pool. There was so many such a good variety of weapons. There was the siphon, the mats on kill, the increased farm rate on mats. It was just such a great time to play. The storyline was really good at the time too. People were, the events were fun. People were generally having a good time with that. Why has our base not been attacked once? Oh my god, who's on the enemy team?
No, there's someone on our base.
Is there?
Yeah.
Clap for cheeks outside. Clap him out. Clap.
Someone got him. I just finished the down. Jeez, look at this place. My goodness.
Are you meant to be able to shoot while downed? No. If that's happening, that's clearly that's a creative glitch for sure.
Wait, you can shoot while you're down? Excuse me?
Shouldn't be able to. I have no idea how that's working.
That's mad funny that you can even do that.
All right, what's this? Hang on. All right, we're about to go attack their base, and we're gonna win this. All right, let me show you youngins how this game is played. Okay. Perfect. All right, now their base is active since they were 2-botted and didn't attack us. All right, now this is what we're gonna do. All right, talk where you at? Where's
I'm over here.
Get in the chopper. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, wait. Actually, get out because you don't know where the base is. Let me.
No, I'll find it.
Yeah, okay. All right, man. All right. Take us out. Get us out of here.
I'm pretty good at directions.
All right, go up. Fly up.
Up. Okay.
All right. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We have 400 health. Jeez, they have 200.
Bigger than I thought.
Their base is down that way.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, now this is the cool thing about being a Terminator. Okay, get up real high.
Oh yeah, and then just drop down.
Yeah, and then everybody just jump. Go for it.
Wow, I got it.
Yeah, right in the doorway. All right, now get in there. Now, as you run to your right, the most important thing, right? Once you walk through this doorway, is hit the creator code Clark_Clint right here. And then
Yeah, I already put your code in manually.
Oh, did you really?
Yep, I did.
Oh, bro, I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Well, I don't know.
Okay, no, listen. I got the bomb. I just need everybody to cover me, protect me.
I got you.
I'm on the bomb.
Oh, cool. There's a phone booth.
There's a lot of stuff here.
Oh no!
Oh God, please! Oh no, they stopped it!
You're oh no.
I gotta redo it.
You got it?
I got it.
Okay.
Only one person can do it. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, this map, when people know what they're doing, like the game gets really intense.
Yeah, this is really intense. My goodness.
Come on. Okay, then after this, we gotta defend it. All right, just defend it for 30 seconds. That's all we gotta do.
Okay. There's someone here. Oh.
No, we're inside. We're inside. You're good. That can't hurt us.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I'm in here.
We're chilling. There must be some people outside. Oh my God. Chat, y'all really gonna let us clap you like this, bro? Really? Just this easy? Sometimes it takes people a couple of minutes to understand how the game works.
Mm-hmm.
Scoreboard. Oh wow, we got a lot of people on the map right now.
Wow. Jeez.
Okay.
That's a
W.
That was a W.
All right. Now we're gonna be the human team. Okay. Now we swap. So now we do take fall damage. We have half their health. And but the advantage we have is we can actually revive each other. They can't do that. If the Terminator gets killed, they just respawn. So,
gotcha.
All right, but now let's go attack. Now this is the hard part, attacking their base. Let's see if we can win because their bomb is active right now. Let's actually, you know what? come with me. We're gonna do something. This is what we're gonna do.
Okay.
We're gonna test one of these new features that my boy Shadowy Fox installed in the base.
All right.
Let's where's the entrance? I get lost from time to time.
Oh, I like this weapon loadout, actually.
Thanks, bro. And also, if you come down here, follow me, sir. We have an exclusive VIP section over this way, where we have an entire armory of pretty much anything you could possibly desire.
Oh, Pog.
Yeah, so that's what the gold coins are really used for. Yeah. So if you wanna cut, you don't like your loadout, you don't like this one, it's all right. And we also we also have some free guns over here too that you can pick up, like the red dot and the.
I do like my red dot.
It's right over here.
Yep, I'll take that.
All right, and now come this way. This is what we're gonna do.
Oh yeah.
All right, see these two motorcycles?
Yes.
We're taking these motorcycles. We're gonna push their base. All right. You take the other one. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And now when we go this way, see how the door opens up? We just.
Oh. Ah!
Okay.
Okay, we're good now. We're good.
All right, let's go.
What are you? I was gonna say. Oh, I forgot you could jump with this thing.
Yes, sir. You're gonna need to on this map with this kind of terrain.
With all the terrain, yes, a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, you can't run through that. It's a visible wall.
Yeah.
Oh God. Ah.
Okay.
I love like the motorcycles. When Shadow said he wanted to add these, I was like, this is such a W. Like it's way more fun having the motorcycles.
Yeah. Whoop. A little bit for sure.
You going the wrong way? Are you exploring?
No, I'm not going the wrong way. I was going the right way.
All right, go for it. All right, man, knock yourself out. All right, I'm just gonna go arm this bomb real quick. Okay, these guys seem to be very distracted.
Wow, I actually would hit the pole.
Pole dancing on screen. Well, so much for family friendly. Imagine. Gosh, get it together.
I can do that in VR chat though.
I'm not.
With the VR thing, there's different forms of VR. Like, I'm assuming you do not have a headset.
Oh, a VR head? No, I do not have a VR headset.
You can play the game without a VR. You just won't get the full experience.
Right, walking around and being immersed in it. I've done a VR headset like.
Wow, I'm bad.
Yeah, bro, I just got shit on. Oh my God, there's a guy guarding the base. What is he doing? I got like 2 Terminators. I'm definitely dead here. Okay, they're just okay. You guys are bullies. All right. Your team is definitely defending the base, Wes.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, yeah. See, this is where it's gonna get tough on us. Okay, because the bomb is probably gonna switch before we can get to theirs, and we got to defend this.
Oh my God, they have a tank!
Yeah, that happens.
Jeez. And then, wow. Is there a way to like dot? Wait.
You can, if you hit reset progress, it'll just get. I don't know why. There's a creative glitch right now. I can't
say respawn.
Yeah, it won't. It doesn't say respawn on the map anymore, and it's. I don't know why, but like it's ever since the start of this season, it's been like this. So.
Yeah, this game is flawless in every way possible.
Oh boy! Good God, man! Relax. I talk. Where were you, bro? Okay, where was my health?
Right here, dude.
Nah, bro. Nah. You
You
just watch that Terminator clap me.
Listen.
No.
Not good.
Okay, listen. I'm gonna need you to. Oh shit. Wait, bro. They're just not gonna let us get out of our base, bro. We're just getting bombarded. All right. You know what? I don't have to take this kind of abuse. Forget that. You know, there are rocket launchers inside the base, guys. Just a heads up. I would recommend getting a few. We're gonna need them. Let me see something. Where is?
I was gonna say with the VR thing, by the way, there's like 3 forms of it. There's the PC version where you just go in it without a VR. The second version is if you buy like a Quest 2 or a Valve Index, where you can move your hands, arms, and your head. And then there's the full body where you can move your legs and your waist too.
Which one do you have?
I have the full thing, baby.
Oh boy.
The full body tracking, yeah.
I can see how that would get a little wild.
There's actual like strip clubs where people actually do dances on people. Oh yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I've seen some things on the internet. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so now our bomb is active. Chat, anybody on my team, please defend, because I really do not want to get clapped here. All right. Who's down?
Dang it. Oh.
All right.
Unfortunate.
It's all right. It's okay.
Wait, I forgot. Wait, those things can actually hurt me? That's crazy.
Come on. Wait, peek. Get out of here. Yeah, Arch Gazelle. Imagine. Okay, who's in this tank?
Oh my god.
Yeah, blow up the tank. There you go, get him. Oh god. Oh
wait,
god.
What?
Nani?
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Get this guy, get him out. Good job. More guys back here. Sweet lord, this is an all-out freaking war zone.
Of the recon scanners, my lord.
Well, you know, Terminators can scan people in the movies. So.
No, I'm aware. I'm aware. Oh, I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying, like, man, it brings me back.
I love it. I love being able to. Fortnite's got so many good. Oh shit! I'm gonna die here. None of my guns are. Okay, I'm a bot. Wow, we really just died like that together. Great work, man. Good job. Good teamwork.
No, we tried. I was gonna say, yeah, we've got so many good weapons that you can easily just use them for creative. Like, I keep trying to tell people that like creative is 100% the future of this game because you can make your own Fortnite, bro. It's so good.
I'm waiting for them to add the weapons that we had last chapter. I want the I want to put the chrome burst rifle and like all the chrome guns in here.
Yeah.
I think that would kind of fit the theme really well.
Not a fan of the chrome weapons, but I understand why you'd want it.
Yeah. Just for, one thing I've always wanted Fortnite to do. I want them to have like a futuristic season, right? Where it's kind of like this, kind of dystopian, like everything's blown up and everything. But like, you know how they have all those laser weapons in Save the World?
Yeah.
It'd be cool if we had a whole season that was just like laser weapons and they like ported all that stuff over.
I really want a first-person mode where you can actually see like the gun in your hand, like actual Call of Duty style.
That's coming. Oh god, they're in the base.
I would love that.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done the first-person mode yet, but I'm sure that it's.
Yeah, I hate the unofficial version where it's like, oh, it's just you don't see the gun in your hand. Like that's the whole beauty of a first person, is seeing the gun in your hand, the reload animation, your arms and stuff. Like,
right.
It's like in Overwatch and Call of Duty. I love that. I don't know, it's so neat.
My friends are trying to get me to play more Overwatch. I enjoy it. It's actually really fun. I'm not the best, but like can y'all kill me, please? Don't dance on me, guys.
I just do the reset progress.
But I want to keep my gold.
Oh, you lose your gold on that.
Yeah, that's the downside. They really have not tried to go for our bomb. Like, what is happening right now? Or maybe they haven't. We just killed them. Okay, we're actually doing a really good job. Good job, team. Oh, yes.
I'm a diamond support player, but I hit top 500 in Women's 2, which just basically means it's there's no limit, so you could run 5 tanks if you want.
Oh wow, that sounds incredibly broken.
I specialize in that kind of mode.
I know that JoJo hates he hates Overwatch.
He hates Overwatch, but he plays it.
It's fun.
Like almost every night.
Wait, he plays it almost every night?
Not every night, but like maybe once or twice a month or a week, excuse me, that I'll see him play.
Listen, if you ever want to run some Overwatch, hit me up and let me know. I'm down to.
You're not gonna want to play with me though, because my MMR is so high. I run into like actual like streamers in my lobbies because my MMR is so goddamn high from being top 500 that the game thinks, oh yeah, he's top 500 in all modes.
You're a top 500 player.
Yeah.
Calm down, you fucking sweat. Holy shit.
In open queue, it's relatively easy to get top 500. You only need like diamond 2 in that.
Wait, did you play Overwatch 1 then, I'm guessing?
Yes, I played Overwatch 1 since December of 2016.
Oh wow. Oh shit, their bomb's active. Alright, I'm going for it. I'm going for the bomb. Yeah, a couple people in my community, like they've been getting, like Trickster and Dan, like they've been trying to get me to run Overwatch. Like during Christmas we played a lot. And it's really fun. I love it. It reminds me of an old Transformer game I used to play called Fall of Cybertron. It was really, there's like similar, it has a similar rhythm to it, but really fun game. But yeah, I like Overwatch. It's neat.
No, it's a good game. The only issue with it is that the new developers they have on it, I don't trust them to make the game good.
Yeah.
Basically, we had really good balance patches like a long time ago when Jeff Kaplan was still at the helm. But now it's like we got a new team, and now it's like, okay, we're buffing characters that don't need buffing. We're nerfing characters that don't need nerfing. One of the most overpowered characters in the game that I really cannot stand, her name is Sojourn.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love using Sojourn. I love using Sojourn.
They nerfed her twice, and she's still the best character in the goddamn game.
Really?
Like they don't know what they're doing to like make the character like to nerf it, because they're like, okay, we're gonna buff her here, but nerf her here. And I'm like, okay, but you increased her damage. She's stupid broken. So I don't want to play when her and Roadhog are dominating the game.
Yeah, Roadhog's the one with the chain, right? That kind of. Yeah, I hate
chain
that.
Hook, yep.
Guys. Shit.
The thing with him is that what ended up happening with him is that they didn't really make him for Overwatch 2 right away, because him in Overwatch 2 is the exact same way he was in Overwatch 1, except 100 extra health. So he always had that one-shot capability on tank. And that was fine in a 6v6 sense, but for 5v5, that's just straight up broken.
Right.
You know, his own self-heal, it doesn't have to worry about good healers on his team, because he can just out-heal stuff.
How many, How many tanks did they were you allowed to have on a team before?
2 tanks, 2 DPS, 2 support.
Oh, so okay, it was even across the board. Yeah, it's kind of odd. Holy shit, I am getting flamed right now.
Yep. So they try to like compensate like the tanks by making them stronger, and to an extent they did that. But yeah, Hog was just, let's give him 100 extra health. That's it.
Yeah, he
still dominates the game. It's like, okay.
And he can fucking heal himself. I hate it. I hate it.
That's why you have to run an Ana against it, because Ana has anti-nade, which stops him from getting any healing output, which is pretty dope. So I specialize in the Ana character for that reason.
That's your main, Ana?
Yeah, it's sometimes, it used to be Mercy, but Mercy just doesn't do enough to compensate for the fact that Ana can just outright win fights by her nade and sleep dart. Mercy, it's just left click, right click, left click, right click if they need healing, right click if they need damage.
Do you think Overwatch will ever do like a collab with Fortnite at some point? Like,
I would love that. But with their history with like Blizzard and like the sexual shit, like the sexual abuse scandals and stuff, maybe not. There is real life implications with, like, that's the biggest issue with their collabs, is that you run the risk of a deal falling through because of stuff like that. For example, the Travis Scott thing.
Right.
People point out the whole concert thing that happened with him in real life as to why he's not back in the game. I think that could be a reason, but the other reason could also possibly be, well, maybe he doesn't want his own skin to come back because he views his merchandise as exclusive, because he does. Like with the sneaker brand, it's very hard to get all of that.
right.
So because of that, you know, that's one of the things. And then also with the Rick and Morty thing coming out, the co-creator being arrested on charges of assault.
Oh, Dan Harmon?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to bring back the Rick and Morty stuff back because of that. And because of that, you run the risk of, oh, well, in real life collaborations also involve in real life conflict. So if you were to put out a collab and something bad was to happen in real life with said collab, they're not going to bring it back. Balenciaga, same thing. No.
What happened with Balenciaga?
They did like a questionable campaign, like having like kids in.
The
Yeah.
bondage thing?
Yeah.
The bondage
yeah.
teddy bear or something like that, I think I heard it was.
And I guarantee you that's probably why Fortnite won't collaborate with Balenciaga anymore, is for that reason.
Yeah.
Again, it's not Fortnite's fault, but like you run that risk of.
Yeah. You have to
not
protect your
collaborating
brand as
because of
well. That's the problem.
Yeah. The same. Yeah. I don't know. It's just. That's the issue with the metaverse. You just can't. And it would make them look bad if they were to promote by selling cosmetics into the game again that revolve around it. There's like a big thing with wrestling. I don't know if you watch any wrestling at all.
No, I never watched wrestling.
So there was a wrestler named Chris Benoit. I'm not going to get too in detail with it. I'll try not to, but it's kind of important. He was a world heavyweight champion, so he was like top of the food chain back in like 2004. In 2007, he suffered so much brain damage because his brain was equivalent to someone that was 90 years old and had Alzheimer's. Like his finisher was a headbutt. Like he was literally like killing himself essentially.
Yeah.
And one day he killed almost his entire family and then himself.
Holy crap.
In 2007. And because of that, the WWE scrubbed him from everything. Anytime someone ever mentioned Chris Benoit, they'd never promote it. Any promos they could find, they will delete it and stuff like that.
So it's like he was almost erased from history.
Yep.
In the WWE.
And that's, again, that's a case of like what it is with like Fortnite, where if they, God forbid, collaborate with someone and then they do something questionable, they can't sell the product anymore and they lost money on that, on that deal. You know, that's just kind of, it's just kind of how it is. So long as they acknowledge the risk of that, I think they're fine. This was kind of similar with like the Black Plague skins.
Yeah.
Not a collaboration, but real life implications of coronavirus. It's no secret why they didn't bring out the those cosmetics.
Right.
It would look in bad taste to do it. No, they didn't make the skins because of coronavirus. They were made in season 6. That's obviously false. But, you know, there is implications that like, well, it's not glorifying it, but it's kind of like saying, hey, you know, were affected by this, but hey, look at these skins, right? So then bringing it back was a surprise because I low-key thought they would never bring those skins back.
I always had a feeling that they would come back once the pandemic was over. Like once things had kind of died down and
settled down. Yeah.
I had a feeling that they would. I'm happy to see that they came back. I think
they're great skins. They really are high quality skins.
They are, and it makes me, I don't know. It frustrates me sometimes to see so many people get worked up over something so simple. Like I do understand why Epic wouldn't, right? Like bring those skins back during the heart of the pandemic. But at the same time, like it sucks that we live in a world where people are just so sensitive sometimes about like something as small as like a Fortnite skin in the item shop, you know?
Oh yeah. But people get hard pressed with. People got upset those skins came back not because of the corona, but because they were rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, we're really still on this.
Yeah, rarity does not
people
really
get upset about it. I get upset
anymore.
about it on purpose just because it's control. It's like, oh, I bought those 2 chairs. Did you see that? The 2 secret lab chairs I bought.
Oh yeah,
those,
yeah.
I was actually slightly miffed.
That makes sense though, because that's
$1,200 on those wraps, on those chairs, thinking those wraps would never come back. I was like very slightly like, okay, Fortnite, like no one's gonna buy your products that you put exclusive stuff with if you're gonna just do that. Like no one's gonna buy it anymore.
Hold on a second. Is the Dagwummy in chat right now? He said, "Bring back Travi Daddy." Bring back Travi Daddy. What's up, Dag?
Yeah, bring him back.
No, this is a.
And that's the thing too. Me saying I want Travis Scott back does not say that I condone what happened on that day or whatever. I just think the skins are clean and everyone wants it back. So
yeah,
you know, get in with the hype. Yeah, I would like for him to I'd like for him to return. I don't see why not.
Yeah, at the time when that skin came out, I bought it. I remember buying it because I wanted. That was the closest thing we had to a Terminator skin at that time. So it was just
that style, by the way, was sick.
I love that style.
I made that my thumbnail for the shop video because I thought that style was so cool.
There's a whole.
That video still gets viewed, even though that was an item shop video from April 2020.
Yeah, because people wanted to come back so bad.
I know, and now people want Kratos back only because of the pickaxe. Even though the pickaxe isn't even all that great, it's only because it offers a slight competitive advantage to pulling it out.
Really?
Yeah, it pulls out faster than any other pickaxe. That's literally the only reason why people beg for it. I'm back.
I got killed by the Shadowy Fox, creator of the Fortnite Backrooms. Holy shit. Oh, hang on. Let me do. We're gonna play for like a couple more minutes and then we'll end it off.
That's fine.
I wanted to do this real quick. Make sure. I had a couple of people that sent you some questions. I'm gonna double check and see if we answered them. While we're, might as well while we're playing. Let's see. Pre-Dust asked a question I had for iTalk is if the show with imposter syndrome has improved recently. We did talk about that. iTalk was very open about that. Question from
That's not better.
Good. Question from Glitch. He asked, what was the project / video you had the most enjoyment making? And also, bone-in or boneless chicken wings. And also on that second one, I'm just gonna make sure you answer this question properly, okay? As a black person, I will judge you for your answer on your opinion on chicken.
Is there a difference between bone and boneless?
Bone-in and boneless? Are you kidding me? Bone-in and boneless chicken? Did you just ask me if there's a difference between the two?
Well, I know there is with the bone-in and bone-out, but like...
This interview's over.
Is there that significant of a difference if I picked boneless? Like, does it just not taste as good if it has the bone?
Homie, have you wait, time out. You don't... But iTalk, you're breaking my heart right now. You don't
boneless. Know... I'm sorry.
Bro, boneless and...
I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy to take the chicken off the bone. I'm sorry.
You eat boneless. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do love boneless chicken wings, okay? I'm fat.
Yeah,
I enjoy it. But, dog, really? All right, iTalk. Other half of that. What was the other half of that?
Dude, it's less messy.
No, I'm done with you.
Less shit on the plate. I'm sorry. It's just, and I don't want to choke on a bone. I'm so sorry.
You don't want to choke on a bro. We eat bones in my household, okay? Like we literally wait. So you trying to tell me you don't suck the marrow out of the? What is wrong with you?
No, absolutely not. No.
Chat, this was a fantastic show. I'm gonna be deleting this VOD. I hope you enjoy it. No.
I'm sorry. I like boneless, bro. Boneless is good. But to the other question, what was my favorite project I've worked on?
Yes.
The history of Fortnite cosmetics. I don't know if you've seen that video before.
I gotta double check. I feel like I have watched that one. How long is that video?
Like, God, I think it was like 30, 40 minutes. I basically just go, wait, do I have fall damage? No, I don't. I was gonna say, it was just basically I go over everything in Fortnite history of like specific cosmetic types. So like when skins were introduced, when back blings were a thing, because back blings weren't a thing until Chapter 1 Season 3, not Chapter 1 Season 1. Like they weren't a thing. The pets, music packs, the raps, and all that good stuff. Collabs, like that was definitely my favorite video. Just because it goes over the history of like when cosmetics were released and the history behind them and all. And I really like that one.
I think I do remember watching that one in retro. Did that one come out last year?
I think it was like 2 years ago. It was kind of old.
Is it old one? Okay. Tedious X wanted me to ask you. I talked to you. What was it? Let me go back here. Are you interested in the Fortnite storyline at all?
I was until they just started retconning everything and making it all about collabs. Ever since then, I could care less of a fuck about it.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but like
that makes sense.
It was original with like the visitor and the loading screens that had the stories and the loading screens. Now we don't have that anymore. Dude, storyline's boring now. It's just, oh hey, Herdy-der, Brie Larson was Paradigm the whole time, even though in Chapter 1 Season 9 we didn't have collabs like that back then. Now it's like, well, because collabs, Travis Scott is now the foundation. Like, it's stupid. I don't care about it.
Right.
I just don't care. I don't give a fuck. I love The Rock. But why the hell is he, like, a character in the Fortnite storyline? The Fortnite storyline used to be original. Now it's not. Don't care about it. Next question.
Fair enough. All right, Tedious. Well, he will not be on the Storyline podcast. He has no interest in the Fortnite storyline. No, that's fine. I respect.
I cared about it when it was original and it wasn't retconned by Brie Larson.
Well, yeah, because it was Singularity at the time. Everybody thought she was Paradigm.
Which made sense.
It did
and
make
they
sense.
retconned it because collabs are cool, right? Yeah, they're cool. I don't mind it if it's in the item shop. I don't care, but because people like them. But when you put it in the like, this is like Fortnite would save the world. They killed that game off because Battle Royale was popular. Now they're killing their own storyline because collabs are popular. They're just moving the goalposts. Next thing you know, they're gonna say, I don't know, who's the guy from Breaking Bad, the main guy? What's his character's name?
I have not watched Breaking Bad yet, so I'm not sure. Is it Jesse?
Jesse from Breaking Bad. He was actually like Black Knight the entire time. Walter White. Yeah, he was actually like the visitor the entire time. That's why I don't give a fuck about the story. It's so stupid, and they ruined it for me. Because they can easily just say, oh, that was the plan the whole time. Bullshit, no, it wasn't. So, yeah, it was dumb.
Facts. Dag, what did Dag say? I think Dag's trying to tell everybody that bone-in and boneless chicken wings taste completely different, and Dag is 110% right. Dag is invited to the barbecue. I talk is not. Oh, no. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any other questions I had from the community. My question is, what's your opinion? See, this is from TikTok, TT within FBSS. What is your opinion on Brilliant and Indigo coming out? Xbox, PS5, or Nintendo?
See, I love my exclusive talk. I love my exclusive. I'm actually wearing Royal Bomber with the Eon pickaxe, the $2,500 double Helix back bling, and the Dark Vertex Collider. Love exclusives. So, Indigo Kuno was an exclusive to people back in December 2020 if you played it in a PlayStation tourney. If you didn't play controller and you didn't play on PS4, it was honestly kind of hard to win it. And you got the skin for it. They never released it since. So, if you have that skin, it's kind of rare. I'd say it's top 10 rare of all time, probably. It's very uncommon.
Wow. So,
my theory is that they should make that into a PS5 exclusive. Like, make it so, like, if you have to buy the console or a PS5 controller to get the skin. The reason why they've waited 2 years for it, 3 years now, is because let's face it, PS5s were mad hard to get back in 2020. Still hard to get. They're kind of easy. They're easier to get now. But I think now, because PS5s are easier to manufacture, and they're like, I could go to a GameStop right now and buy one physically. Like, they're not hard to get anymore. But because of that, I feel like that's what stopped them from making Indigo Kuno a actual console bundle.
I see.
Will that ever come out? I don't know, but that's my little fan theory on that. And then Brilliant Bomber, I always thought Brilliant Bomber should just be like a Nerf gun exclusive. Like if you buy a Nerf gun, you can just claim the skin that way, because they do that with wraps now, where it's like, hey, if you buy this action figure, you get some stupid wrap. Right?
Oh, really? That's what they're doing with Hasbro now? They're doing action figures that come with
I don't know if it's Hasbro or if it's like a different toy company, but basically they give away wrap codes that you can use on your account if you buy toys, specific like Fortnite themed toys. So that's kind of how I see it with that. And yeah, I don't know. Brilliant Bomber was in the files for like what, 4 years now, maybe 3 years. Hasn't been released. They've used it as propaganda on their Nerf guns, showing off it's a skin even though it's actually not. I guess the toy companies or Fortnite thought, hey, that's White Bomber, right? No, it's not. They used it in, like, you can look up like Fortnite Nerf and you will find Brilliant Bomber on the cover. It's not Bright Bomber. But yeah, that's kind of the way I see it.
Nice. My boy Shadowy Fox wants to know, what is your opinion on creative as a whole and how it has evolved over time? Also, our base got infiltrated. We're probably gonna lose this one.
It's all good. I'm stuck here anyway. Man, how do I feel about that? I think it's gonna be the future of Fortnite. I have plans to make either one of two things, maybe even both. I might make a Call of Duty themed game where it's first person, there's kill streaks, there's weapon unlocks, perk unlocks, stuff like that. If I can make it happen, I will make it happen. Same with whatchamacallit, same with RuneScape. I'm a big fan of RuneScape. I have easily over like 5,000 hours on that game probably. And I want to make my own 2.0, right? I want to make my own creative. I think the way it's evolved is they really try to shove it in people's faces like, hey guys, play creative. With the whole like the game looking like Netflix now. When you go down the
right,
when you go down the whole list, it looks like Netflix now.
The Discovery tab.
Yeah, and they removed LTMs, right? So they want us to play creative. They're basically gearing us. They're grooming us to get us interested in creative, because when 2.0 drops, game over, man. 2.0 is going to take over. And that makes sense because Battle Royale is 5 years old. They do not expect us to be playing Battle Royale for 5 more years. It gets stale after a while, does it not?
Right, yeah. It can. So, it can, yeah. That's, yeah. But they have they still, that's why like the competitive aspect is so important, because like any game that's got a solid competitive base, that's kind of like where their bread and butter is going to be to keep people playing. But
correct.
Real quick, the game looks like the creative crashed on us, but it's okay because we need to go back to lobby anyway. Just taking a few questions from chat, and then I will.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with answering.
Cool. Because this has actually gone on a lot longer than I thought it was going to, but I appreciate you being so gracious with your time, man. This is awesome.
My name, bro. On my talk, I talk.
Facts. Facts. You heard it here first.
I gotta knock on the door. Hold on 1 sec.
You're chilling. Oh man, chat. Yo, listen. I want to thank you guys, everybody that came out today to watch while iTalk's gone handling business. I want to thank everybody that came in to watch, whether it's been on Twitch, YouTube, or TikTok. You guys are awesome. I have the best community on the planet, and the people in that community include the content creators that we collaborate with. I've enjoyed this talk with iTalk today, and I hope you guys have as well. If you have any suggestions for who I should hit up, okay, cool, you're back. But if you have any suggestions, chat, for who I should hit up next for an interview, please feel free to leave it in the Discord. Link to the Discord is in my bio on TikTok, or if you're on YouTube or Twitch, you can put !Discord in chat if you're not in there already. Just as a heads up, I'm just looking through the chat right now to see if there's any other questions. Guys, if you have questions for iTalk, leave them right now. Also, Lit earlier, he gave a $2 super chat. He said, "Hi Clint, what's up? iTalk, how are y'all?" Lit is from Mr. JOY's podcast, and Mr. JOY was in here earlier as well. I would definitely recommend when you get a chance, bro, doing a podcast with Lit and Jay. Jay is he has a fantastic production. He's got a totally different podcast style from me, but it's really, really fun. I was on his podcast. He's really good. So I gave you his stuff a while ago. But anyway, can you ask, let's see. I'm trying to see what I'm reading chat right now. Can you ask iTalk if he thinks the Herald is still alive? iTalk, do you know who the Herald is?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think the Herald's still alive? I know you don't care about the story, but
I think it will. I think eventually it'll come out like at a season where like it'll start cracking and like, oh, she's not actually dead.
Mm-hmm. You think they'll bring the Cube Queen back too?
Maybe. I mean, I'm happy that like the storyline still revolves around original characters for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And I love their designs, by the way. Like Cube Queen, oh, she's great looking. Like she's actually like looks intimidating. Same with the one you said before. I like her design too. But yeah.
Yeah. I a lot of my content is storyline based. I do enjoy the story for what it is. I did like the comics when they came out. I do see where you're coming from though, like when you were talking about how it's frustrating how the story is kind of just how it's changed to where like it seems like they're focusing like the story is being dictated by collabs, like especially with the Marvel stuff, right? Like it seems like they have to rely heavily on the Marvel characters now to further their plot.
I didn't like that. The Batman comic I thought was legit really well done.
It was.
Like, that was actually something I really enjoyed getting through. I read the first Marvel one. I'm not reading this whole thing. I'm like, nah, I'm done. And then like Wolverine Zero like made love to the one Wendy's looking chick.
Yeah, the
and I'm like, this story is just so bad.
It was wild. I was
so funny, but at the same time, like, come on, bro. Like,
I was like, wow, Fortnite characters hooking up with Marvel characters is like, whoa. And then
the story is so bad now. I'm sorry if I know there's a lot of diehard fans of the story. Just not for me.
Maybe we'll.
Not for me,
maybe I could have you on it again at another point and we could talk, because I have my criticisms of the story as well. I think that the way that they're telling the story right now is trash. Like there are some, I still enjoy it to some degree, but it's definitely not how it has been, especially at the end. Like for example, the end of last chapter, that was so shitty how we just got like a cutscene to this character that we built up for 2 seasons, and it all ends in like a 2-minute cutscene, her blowing up the island, and that's all we like. We don't even get to see all that happening. There were no like major map updates or anything to kind of lead up to it. It was just like, oh, this is the Herald is gonna blow it up because she touched the reality tree, because I guess the reality tree is a bomb. I don't know. It's just it's the way that they're.
I don't think they care. I don't think they care about the story all that much anymore. That's fine, but I don't think they care necessarily.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, Epic does not. I actually made a video about that. Epic doesn't care about the Fortnite story.
Story doesn't make them money. Why would they care? Or why do they have a reason to necessarily care too much? Obviously there is, but like.
Well, this is where I would somewhat disagree, because anytime if you can tell a very compelling story, right? People will spend more money on your property. Why do you think? Like that's why like brands like Marvel, DC. Hasbro with Transformers. That's why these brands still exist, right? Because people are so infatuated with their story. If Epic was dedicated, and it's not that, the thing is too, right? It's not that hard to tell a good story. The people in the Theorist community, me, Jay, Tedious, Restro, Tommy from Top 5 Gaming, the theories that we come up with for the story, Cyan, I'll throw Cyan in that list too. The theories that we come up with for the Fortnite community, right? The theories end up being better than the actual story. Like the plot twists that we think of end up being better than the actual story. And it's frustrating because it's just like, there's, like you said, like they really are showing that they just don't care. And it's just like, if they were smart, they would realize like, dude, you could probably make triple the amount of money that you do now if you just like made a really good story that even like someone who doesn't even play the game, like someone that just wants a good story being told, like if they got into it and invested, you can make tons of money. But I don't know. Let me see. Shifi asks, "Can I talk gritty? Can you hit the gritty? Do you know how to hit the gritty?"
In real life or in game?
Yes.
What? Wait, what?
IRL? Do you know how to hit the gritty?
I've done that on stream before in VR chat. I have grittied, yes.
As a dancer, I'll look at chat. I'll tell you myself. I'll look at I do the gritty on stream.
I think my mod clipped me doing a little bit of it.
We'll table that one. We'll table that one, chat. Let's see. Anything else? Can you ask iTalk if he's gonna stream today? iTalk, are you streaming?
What? Shop?
Yeah.
I've been doing it for 2 weeks straight, and I'm not really. My mom came in and told me that we're having fajitas and nachos for the football games tonight. So I probably will stream, but not for long.
Right. You know, I mean, I've taken up 3 hours of your time. Wow, 3 hours 37 seconds to be exact. This is but what's your favorite Fortnite creative map?
Oh man, I like my Mall Mayhem one a lot. My own personal map I made. Same with a different other kind of map I made. I thoroughly enjoy the maps I made, and that's why I want to actually like work on making my maps like good again.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I actually just enjoy my own maps.
Nice. Can you send me your map codes
broken.
later? I want to take a peek at your maps. Yeah,
but they're all broken. I gotta get them fixed up.
That's fine. We'll just roast them. It's fine. Shadow content. No, I'm just kidding. I reviewed all of I Talk Fortnite's creative now.
There you go.
I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that I could ask you that I want to ask you before I let you go? What did you think of our map, our Terminator map? What's your opinions on it?
It's good.
Enjoyed it. It was pretty decent.
Fun. I like the atmosphere of it. It was very. I'm like, yeah, this fits the theme perfectly.
Dope. If you, like I said, if you ever need help with updating any of your maps, let me know if you want. I got a couple guys that I know for sure that would be able to, that are heavy in the creative community, that could definitely give you a hand with getting some stuff updated. They experts with knowing all about all the props and all that stuff. If you know, so you've seen what they did on this map, and I've got a few others that they worked on. They've worked on some themselves, but yeah, I guess if you need some help, let me know, and I can send some people your way about. At any rate, chat, I think we're gonna let iTalk go. Okay, we've kept him long enough, bro. This was an amazing podcast. I want to thank you so much once again for being so giving of your time and your talents today. Do you have anything you'd like to say to my community before we end this?
Not really. I really do appreciate your community. They're very chill, and I appreciate the love and everything. The questions were great, and the interview honestly was really good. Again, I felt like this was like really good. Again, when I said before that like I'm like I didn't want to do it. It wasn't directed to you. That was just directed towards everyone that has ever asked me to do one, because I'm like, I don't want to, because I feel like I'm not worthy enough for an interview. But then I started getting more comfy with it after Squatting Dog. He really like reassured me that like, yeah, you should, fun idea. You might as well just do it. What's the harm in it? And I'm like, okay. So then I started doing it. I mean, I used to not stream on YouTube because the view count scared me, but now it's like, it's fine now. So yeah, we're working, and I greatly appreciate. I really greatly appreciated this experience. It was fun.
Awesome, man. Well, chat, I'm gonna end it there, guys. We love you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in to this is episode 5 of the 0 Point Podcast with our guest iTalk. We will catch you all soon. Oh, and by the way, chat, tonight I will be streaming actually again in about 4 hours for the Zero Build Squads tournament. Me, Joe, and a couple of the boys are gonna be jumping on, fragging out. We're gonna see how well we do tonight. So, that being said, I'm gonna get some rest. Thank you so much. We love y'all. We'll catch you soon.